Look a little bit different than what we've been seeing on all the other teams we cover, but it should be a good game. What do you guys expect here?
Newbee has been picking a lot of more hard carries for UR than like the other teams. They've been picking him anti-mage, which has been, I think, a pretty low win rate hero throughout the tournament. And they kind of focus on him and give CCNC this kind of tanky stun hero. Like Kankai's played a lot. He played Gyro once, and they won the game, but it was a little iffy, I think.
Hmm.
So I'm hoping they pick CCNC some Kanka, some Ember, this type of hero that can make plays while UR is going to secure the game for them.
They opened with Ogre. I did catch one of their games that I watched out there in the lobby, and it was Snaking playing Ogre Magis. This must be a stable pick. I think Ogre was like heavily picked the first day, I feel like, but since then it feels like an occasional
I
thing.
think he still is the top picked hero
You
of
think
the
so?
tournament, I
Yeah,
believe.
along with
Really?
the Enchantress, it's one of the most popular offlane heroes right now.
He might even be the #1 right now.
Really? I must not have. I feel like we haven't casted any Ogre games. Am I wrong here?
I think it's because we cast Navi so much and they don't play Ogre as much on Blizzy.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah,
not.
they like a more axe type
Yeah,
heroes.
and Alliance too.
Yeah.
We've been casting a lot of Navi Alliance and they don't like Ogre as much as other teams.
Shadow Demon kind of a strong hero right now, especially against a tanky hero like Ogre. Nice
Yeah.
pick, I think. They might do. Some other teams have experimented with like Shadow Demon Lesh, Shadow Demon Potom. Mirana is obviously banned already, so they might try to give this hero some trialing, and then they go for kill lanes on the. Even the Ogre can die to it.
I'd be surprised if Newbee doesn't pick up ET here. ETSD has been like the hero of the tournament as for position 5 school, and I think it makes a lot of sense. It's a lot of team fight heavy this meta, and ET gives a lot of team fight from position 5. So
It also helps your Ogre. Like your Ogre does so much damage with the magic resistance, and it helps you secure the lane if the Ogre's having a rough time. You can pull creeps into him with the spirit, and then help attack the enemy. Whenever he's stunned, you deal so much damage.
That's true. And Bloodlust is probably. I don't know if you'd
Yeah.
ever bother Bloodlusting the ET over yourself, but could
You
be
can
good.
do both for a little.
One, yeah, I guess there's a little bit uptime. What do you guys think about Wraith King right now? You feel I've been seeing other teams still picking him. This feels like one of those like jack of all trades kind of carries right now.
especially Mineski, I know this team loves Wraith King from
Yeah.
the qualifiers, and I've seen some in the MSS Invoker probably.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's my first time casting support Invoker, so I'm pretty hyped.
We'll just camera lock on him. You told me you said you were gonna watch my camera feed the whole time. I think you're gonna have
Yeah.
change your mind now.
Maybe.
Just see what he does. Very good against Wraith King. You can
Yeah.
EMP drain him. Was really nice. You could win an early fight with that.
Yeah, Wraith King kind of doesn't want to join fights before he's 20 against Mana Burn. So
And he's also very kiteable too. He's like classically one of those heroes. Radiance obviously helps, but like Invoker seems like the 4 position benefit is you just have so much disable. And you have all this time to like plant spells too, like Ice Walls, Cold Feets, Deafening Blast, Tornadoes, all that stuff.
Yeah, a lot of the 4 invokers don't go exhort, so they don't focus on having to, deal the most damage with Sunstrikes, Alacrities, Force Spirits, these kind of things. So they have a lot of time in the fight to just Tornado, EMP, Ice Wall, and then control the fight and
I
not
actu-
worry about dealing a lot of damage.
yeah, I actually talked to Zombie about supporting Invoker, and he told me why it's been picked. Apparently, it's because Ring of Basilius. It helps him out. It helps him out a lot in the lane
Hmm.
when he goes Quaswex, because before, without the Ring of Basilius, he would have like what 42 damage, and
Yep.
he's just like a mosquito. He doesn't do any damage to the stout shields and whatnot. And later on, with like these heroes without any items and can still have an impact late game, like ET, Invoker. These heroes are kind of popular for supports right now. So yeah, he told me that it just transitioned to another super core late game.
They also have been buffing the base damage and reducing the exhort damage, so he has like 8 more damage, I think, than a couple patches ago. So
One going Quaswex.
yeah,
right?
when going Quaswex, when going exhort's the same damage.
So just like further makes it better, right? Especially the talents are good too. So once you hit 10, you can have the low Ghost Walk cooldown. So
Yeah, so he can just infinitely scout all over the map with the Ghost Walk.
yeah, it's cool. It's happy to. I like it when there's heroes like that that can work as both cores and supports. I think it makes the game more interesting. And over time, it feels like that's been less common. Maybe because like once they get really good at one of those two things, they have to like nerf their core thing for a while, and then all of a sudden like support doesn't work anymore. Like
Mhm.
Visage, kind of an
Yeah.
example, went from support and then a core heavy, and now it's like
Mostly
kinda garbage
support. I
support.
think people pick it as a 4, and they kind of try to run this like medallion hero.
but it's still like pretty rare right now.
Yeah,
right?
I've seen it like 1 or 2 games only this tournament.
Okay.
So it is kind of a hero that shows up, but not a hero that should show up, I think. It kind of feels
Well,
one of the weaker heroes.
anyone else's ears hurt from that one? The Naga
The
scream.
Naga,
Yeah, dude.
just a little.
She was very upset.
Oh, classic pick for KP. I lost to his Beastmaster in the qualifiers, and I think it's his best hero. He's very good at controlling the map with it, and when his laning is like one of his best features, KP.
Hmm.
So yeah, I'm pretty hyped to see Beastmaster on KP.
Yeah, who did they play against the other day when we casted them? They did the same thing. He was just constantly split
PNC, I
pushing.
think.
Yeah, he was just constantly split pushing and pushing out the map and scouting with Hawks and stuff like that. It was really effective.
Yeah, the team as a whole also plays around the Beastmaster really well. They try to keep the map dark, and then whenever there's a Hawk, they'll kind of sit 2 or 3 heroes around it with the Beastmaster. He gets his Medallion Solar, they got a few Roar kills, and the map kind of closes off for the other team. And then Newbee picks Sven. That's kind of a classic counter to Beastmaster in the lane. You can kill Boar with Cleave. You have a stun to commit on the Boar or the Beastmaster. You have a lot of armor with the Warcry, so
How do you think it works? It's good against Wraith King Skeletons too. Is another thing actually.
Yeah, but there is a lot of BKB Pierce control from Mineski, so I'm kind of worried about Sven. Shadow Demon Beastmaster or Pierce's BKB and Kaito Sven.
That's a good point.
So I'm not sure if that was the correct pick.
Well, it does give them an initiator. It does give them some like really good damage. And they kind of want somebody tanky to jump in. That way, Ogre can kind of stay close to Fire Blast range.
It's one of like the buff heroes too, because Ogre Magi wants to buff people and Invoker wants to buff something, and Sven is one of the really nice heroes to get buffed with. Alacrity and Bloodlust. He's gonna hit hard.
Bloodlust is actually going to be ridiculous because Sven always has good damage. It's just like movement speed and attack speed can be limited by your item slots.
It's all gonna be about Beastmaster roaring something else or Sven. I think in the team fight, if he roars something other than Sven, this Sven's gonna go ham.
even now, the new talents on Sven, he has 30 movement speed at 15, and he goes phase boots. So you're already pretty fast, but with this Bloodlust, you have like 500, 550 movement speed in the fight. You can't be slowed. If you ever get Alacrity on you, you're going to kill a hero in a stun duration.
Yeah, it's like Need for Speed 11. It's gonna be really fast.
Is it on 11 already?
I don't know. It's like
I feel like
It's
It's
more
probably
than
not
11.
off far.
Yeah.
Wind Ranger picked by Mineski here.
A
mid?
4? It has to be a 4, right? I don't think they would pick their mid this early when they already have cores.
yeah, I think so. I think I've seen once or twice on Raging Potato with Windranger.
So I feel like Wind Ranger 4 it can work, but other times it just feels really mediocre. I mean, obviously
Yeah.
it's so much about shackling, and if you can have a good game, you get a bunch of kills, you can definitely become a snowball for like 4th core. But what do you guys think about it?
It's something what the Beastmaster wants, because Beastmaster is kind of limited on scaling, and Windranger, like if from position 4 position, it transitions to position 3 later on, like a Maelstrom, or he just goes like normal mid Windranger items. He can transition into a strong core, and it's one of those heroes that can kite Sven really well with the wind run. So
That's a good point. Yeah, that part is really nice.
Yeah, some winners also skip boots early, and then they just rush a javelin as a 5 or a 4, and then they actually do a lot of damage with the ult in the early game. If they get 6 at a reasonable time, at like 10, 11 minutes with the tome,
Yeah,
they get this javelin. They can actually kill the other supports.
it works really well against Cold Snap too. You can because Wind Run will just stop any of the damage you take, other than like an urn or something. But kind of works against Invoker too, as long as you don't get tornadoed.
I think this should be a position 5 Omni Knight.
I
It's
think it
all
will be.
about the Sven right now.
Yeah, like a banish, or well, obviously he's bonus strength. He can dispel a roar or a shackle shot. That's all really good.
Or
Yeah.
make it 50% shorter.
Yeah, that's actually it's a really sick pick actually. In some ways, they like sort of baited out what their opponents were gonna do by going for another disable hero, I guess.
Dude, I feel like all the heroes except Wraith King is all about Sven. Newbie side, they just want to buff up the Sven. Mineski side, they just want to kite the Sven.
So do you think the Sven's going to do it?
It depends on like the Omni Knight's positioning and the laning phase, but I don't know. I feel like Windranger and Beastmaster is gonna apply a lot of pressure early to the Omni Knight and Sven, and I'm not sure if Sven is enough to do it.
Is there any chance that they end up putting Ogre as a support and make like Omni 3 to make him more survivable so he doesn't get chain stunned?
I think there's a chance, but they've been liking the snaking Ogre a lot more.
Yeah.
Especially with the Midas change, you can like Midas a bunch of creeps. The Solar is really strong right now. You can instantly Solar, all these heroes die. Like they're fairly low armor. Wraith King's low armor, Beastmaster's low armor, Windrunner. So Mineski does die to the Solar Crest early. So I think they're more likely going to keep sticking with what they've been running with the snaking Ogre, and then kind of have this, probably Pilot Eye, Omni Knight, just going to try his best to protect his boy.
It's a really great game for SD. Like his ulti purges a lot of stuff from Newbee.
Warcry, Bloodlust,
Alacrity,
Omni ulti.
Omni's ulti,
Yeah.
like everything.
Luckily, it does not purge Grace. So Heavenly Grace will still give him status resistance.
Yes, I almost wish it did, but I understand. ST's pretty
If that
strong
was
right now.
Purgivore, I think Omni's
Genuinely
not-
useless.
yeah.
Yeah, that's true. He would actually be really bad then. Oh well.
So I think this is a CCNC hero, because I don't think they're ever going to move this Invoker to a mid. I'm hoping they pick some more hero that kind of offsets the balance, so that Sven's not the only hero. You know, I hope they don't pick some
Yeah. They need some
Magnus
like
mid or
magic.
something, and then they
They
all
need-
on
They need
Sven.
a tempo hero.
Yeah, they need a magic
Leshrac is a
damage or
tempo.
something. Like
Yeah.
everything was right click between like other than like ogre damage, I guess. But like if your supports are Invoker Omni, it's like where's your damage coming from, you know? So this is another hero that is also kind of a frontliner, deals a lot of AoE damage, can easily deal with a Wind Ranger. He does not give a shit about Wind Run, so he can also be buffed up by Omni. It always helps so much to have two cores that are very similar. That way, in terms of run at you when you have this like defensive supports.
It's gonna be a nice storm game, I think, for Mineski. Kind of limited stuns on Newbee. They have Lesh and Ogre, but that's about it. I think the lane is good versus Leshrac, and then it gives him his pick-off potential in the mid game, where he sees someone with the Hawk, he goes in, makes space for the Beastmaster to catch up and get the roar. I think it kind of offsets the tempo of Newbee, that they're gonna be scared to try to push towers with only the Leshrac and the Omni, and kind of seems like a nice stable pick for their team.
It would really limit their counter push is one negative about Storm here. Because it'd just be like Wind Ranger Power Shot as your 4, maybe like Wild Axis.
Oh.
There's
wh-
counter push.
Whereas with Thinker, you can just spam the March and maybe defend towers better. Because especially with them having like a core and a Lesh, if they had not had good counter push, it's just like Newbie runs over towers if they're winning, I feel like.
You
When I-
seemed very happy about that.
Talk- What about Tinker? Talk about Tinker.
Yeah,
Like,
when I was in a
just got
team,
buffs.
when I was in a team with Mineski, Moon kept asking for Tinker. He kept flaming like other people's Tinker, saying like he's the best Tinker. So
Oh, that's
yeah, I'm
good.
pretty hyped.
Ooh, now I'm really excited for
Best
this.
Tinker.
Do you play Tinker, Connor?
I played a little. I don't like it that much. I probably should have learned it the new patch with the new talents.
The GPM and the mana one.
He's too slow, man. He makes the games last all 40 minutes long, 50 minutes long.
Why
you're-
is he so much worse? Just because it takes him too long to like you have to finish BOTs and you have to finish Blink and then you can play the game. Is
Yeah,
that-
I don't think he's bad because he's slow. I just like playing a faster paced hero. So playing a slow paced hero like Tinker
There's
is
a-
more like a one roll.
there's a lot of responsibility on MSS's shoulders right now. I think he's the only Tinker catcher before like CCNC becomes like flashy.
They're doing Snay Omni-Knight, so it's
Oh.
gonna be a Pi Ogre. Maybe like matchup reasons.
Yeah, probably that's the matchup reason. Sounds probably right.
Like Ogre would die a lot against like Shadow Demon Wind Ranger potentially as a tri-lane.
Omni Sven doesn't sound that strong too against like that offensive power.
Yeah, that's
Beastmaster
true.
Windrunner.
Yeah, that would suffer a lot in the lane
Yeah.
with Omni as a support.
I think snaking with items could be really good as well. If he gets like Yule, Solar, Crimson is really good this game, I think, as well against Wraith King, Beastmaster, Windrunner,
That's a good point.
maybe even a Pipe. Lotus is really good eventually.
Mhm.
Once a Tinker gets sheep, he's going to try to sheep your cores or sheep your supports. And if you can identify who he's trying to sheep combo and you get a Lotus on him, the Tinker can either sheep himself or he has to TP out because he can't really keep continuing the fight.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, if he can get farmed on Omni Knight, there's definitely so many items that would be incredible this game, especially keeping his hero survivable. That way he doesn't get chain bursted.
Or he can hit up a Radiance, be the real carry of the team.
I don't know if they need a Rad this game. I genuinely, yeah, with like Lesh and Sven cores, I think he just needs defensive items.
Yeah, probably. Yule's is also really good this game. They don't lack on stuns that much, but it can purge the wind run.
I will commit
It can
this
kind of
to
slow
memory.
down the Tinker if he's TPing out from the Omni. So I think our Yule's could also be okay. But I'm looking more towards the kind of standard Soul Ring Medallion. Maybe a Vlad's at some point for Sven, give him some armor. The usual.
Back when MSS used to play core, Invoker was one of his best heroes. So I'm pretty psyched to see his Invoker too.
Didn't he used to be an offlane player at some point?
Yeah, he
He's-
was
he's
mid
an
and then he
everything player.
transitioned
Mid and
into
an offlane.
offlane and then he transitioned to 4. I think he played everything except position 1.
Yeah, that was my understanding too.
He's a very high skill player.
Yeah, a lot of people used to say on Cloud9 that he was one of their best players during 2 TIs ago or last TI.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah, he's actually got huge base damage, 45, without any damage items. That's excellent.
Yeah.
So once he finishes his base, yeah, he's gonna shred. He's only got 1 tango as well, which is probably fine because he's gonna get Quas probably at level 1. So he's already got 3 regen built in. It's kind of cool to think.
5 base region.
That's
like-
not bad.
I like how SD is leaning away from the Omni Knight because he knows his third Spare Shadow poison is pretty useless against the Repair. The Heavenly Grace, I mean.
Because you can just dispel before you get 5 stacked, right?
Yeah.
Look at Paladai. He just sits there. Takes a
Hit
couple
me.
hits. Took 5 damage.
How are you supposed to zone these 2 supports, dude? They both have 5 regen, level 1. Good luck, man.
Well, one has 1 armor and the other has 8 armor.
Oh, he's about to have more than 2.4, I'll tell you that much. 8 armor, stout shield, 2 sets of regen. Yeah, Ogre's going to be having a good time.
What was I think Spear Rigger's a tankier hero, right? At level 1?
Raw HP, yes.
But
I
not
think.
EHP?
I think EHP Spear Breaker is like one of the highest, but Ogre might beat him actually. He's got a little bit more armor.
Yeah.
With Stout Shield.
Yeah.
No, you don't even need a stun shield, right? Unless you really want to be tanky.
Are these sounds like super loud for you guys too?
Not really.
Oh, okay. They're really loud for me.
Don't worry about it, man.
I'll just get hearing damage, no big deal. It's
Enhance your
actually so loud.
experience.
It's a lot of stacks for Highlight Eye.
So mid, I think, should go fairly even. The Tinker Lush matchup is pretty good for both of them. Tinker is able to last it freely against the Lush, but then if he lays with the Lush, he has 2 spells that he can last it with. So I think neither player is going to be too sad about the matchup. But I think they can outplay each other. The Lush has kill potential, maybe like 5-6 when he starts getting his ult points, because obviously most of his damage is not dependent on his auto attacks.
So is limiting what Tinker does kind of similar to playing against Alk? You just need to like ward and protect against the jungle stacks? Would you say it's similar, or just not as big of a deal because Tinker just doesn't farm as fast?
It's not as big a deal because you have more counterplay in the mid game. Because Alchemist is going to hit your base, your buildings. He's going to have, 2k HP, 100 HP regen. You actually can't kill him even with 5 heroes. But a Tinker, if you catch him, he's going to die to like even 1 or 2 heroes. So just like giving a Tinker ward on the map and catching him like once or twice in the mid game is all you need to do.
Gotcha. Last hit wise, Nico doing pretty good. 9 last hits so far.
Yawar having a little rough game. He's only 4-1 as CS, but I think the lane's going to start to get much easier for them as they get levels. They're going to have more points in stun. They're going to be able to pressure the Beastmaster.
Must be so nice to have Bloodlust level 1 as a carry, dude. Like 30 extra attack speed right at the game start, especially when you have this much base damage.
Yeah, attack speed, the early game attack speed is so much. Like even just getting a Gloves of Haste in the side shop, your hero feels a lot better. I was watching CCNC, I think, yesterday. He played Tiny, and he bought a Wraithband, and his attack speed just felt nice to look at because you're
That
so used
sounds
to
really good.
Tiny having low attack speed.
Yeah, and by the time you hit 6, your attack speed starts really suffering, so getting an extra like 12 for all stages of the early game probably makes a big difference.
Yeah, it was actually really interesting to watch. I haven't seen many people buy the Wraithband.
You see it on Invokers,
Yeah.
and that's about it, I think, right now. So, for non-edgy heroes, that is. Makes a lot of sense.
So bot snaking, farming it up, but Nico as well at the same time, he's farming it up. So this probably is going to favor the Wraith King because he scales, or his like farm level scales much better than the Omni Knight. Once he gets a couple points in skeletons, he can get a really fast Midas, get a 14-15 minute Radiance with his Midas. So having a nice lane on this hero is just going to accelerate your game.
Mhm.
Nothing much. Early game's kind of boring.
Don't say that. It's a very interesting game. It's only boring if you make it boring. That's all.
All right, so let's make it interesting.
It's a beautiful game, guys.
It's a beautiful
It's
day
so
here.
close. Look how close we've been to First Bloods. No one has actually attacked each other yet. Oh, there was one.
Moon took a couple of hits.
Gotta be careful. The
A
bottle.
beautiful day here in Shanghai.
It is,
Everyone,
I think.
How's your day, Purge?
I didn't go outside yet. I don't
You
know.
didn't?
Nope.
Febby?
I went outside once.
Once?
Was
yeah.
it bad?
It was actually okay. I was scared because like everybody kept talking about how foggy it is. It wasn't that foggy.
Smoggy.
Smog.
Fog is water.
Smoggy.
That ain't water.
It
There's
was
some
nice.
we
I went
go-
out once for...
basketball.
We went to the mall.
Oh, okay.
And that was a nice experience. It was a little hot out, but other than that, it was okay.
The power of wind run against cold snap, dude. It's good.
What happens if it gets purged?
Well, that's going to cost a lot of his mana. That's half his mana pool right here.
How often do people make jokes about your name?
Not that often.
Not really? They're like,
Yeah.
oh, purge. Whenever.
They'll say it. I mean, it feels weird to me kind of because they're saying the same word, but
Should I
that-
avoid it? Should I say dispel?
No.
The wind run has been dispelled.
Technically, dispel is correct, yes, but I don't mind.
Where's Purge
Oh,
from?
some
His
pings
defusal,
are
right?
coming out.
He's fine, man. He's just gonna heal.
Outplayed. He just EMPs, and it's like I just don't want to be in that, you know. It's actually such a huge ability if you can land
They're
it.
gonna fit the 5-minute bounties. They should get 2 for 2, I think, on Newbee. Oh,
MSS sneaks one. He didn't quite have mana for Tornado there, so. Well, Nico Baby's still doing fine. I do like the fact that he just got a super fast bracer.
yeah.
Really helps a lot for
takes him up.
last inning. Yeah,
He
that
has
too.
another one queued up too. That's kind of weird.
He's like an alchemist, right?
I just feel like it helps so much in the laning stage because like the mana pool increase, the damage increase, it all just makes a huge difference. And then once you respawn twice, your bracers get double value.
I think normally in most matchups he'd want to go a chainmail here, because he's low armor. He only has 3, so you go from 3 to 8 armor, and your EHP goes up, you know, through the roof.
Yeah.
But since you know, Invoker doesn't hit that hard, and his other hero's an Omni Knight,
Oh, is he gonna go down?
he is.
The verifier is not enough.
Ran
Nice
out of mana.
first blood. No mana for the wind run. Just purchased the
Did
stick.
he? Oh, okay. He didn't have magic stick, so he went fast boots. That's why he ran into this problem, I guess, and ran out of mana. A little bit rough for him. Bounty rune, or sorry, regular rune, gonna be bot rune for MSS. Yeah, really good control
Gonna
by
give it
Newbee
to
so far.
CCNC.
They're doing a very good job. They got both of the 4-minute and the 6-minute runes here.
Yeah.
Quick glyph. It's gonna make it a little bit harder, a little bit of wasted mana, but
Oh, will he get it?
okay.
No.
That was actually really close. If he was able to get that deny,
No, Newbee wouldn't let that happen. MSS pick it up before he gets the deny.
that's not really good for them either, though.
Could have been worse.
I'm just surprised you even entertained that thought as a mid player. That sounds like ultra depression mode. When you're at this much mana and you lose your regen.
You know, it helped the teammate.
That's
You
true.
know, I'm a positive player. If Febby asks for something when we're on a team together, I say, yeah, sure, you can have it.
Did you?
No.
Yeah, not once.
Top
I
lane
think
looks
once.
top lane looks pretty happy for KP. He's doing fairly well on
Yeah.
levers.
At the same time, though,
Compared to
you are.
Sven.
Look at you are. He's chilling. Almost level 5.
31 last hit. It's not terrible.
His levels are suffering, I think. But how's the Shadow Demon doing in levels?
Level 3,
So
3
he.
and a quarter.
He
Yeah.
has been stacking a lot for this
Okay.
Tinker. So
And speaking of
catch
this
up.
Tinker, he is the best Tinker. 40 last hits here. It's looking good, dude.
I'm telling you, this guy's a beast Tinker player. I've seen it a couple of times. I think he's pretty good.
He's gonna use the shrine here.
Dude, Beastmaster 6 when those fans 4 doesn't feel good.
What?
They're gonna try to go on the Beastmaster.
Oh, CCNC's first
Nice body
rotation.
block from Pylite die.
Roar's gonna come out. Is it gonna be enough?
War doesn't
He's
want to hit
just
him.
Trying to walk it off? Nah. They give it to Sven too. A much needed kill for Yawar.
Yeah, Moon does pick up 8 with that though, and his net worth is probably shot through the roof. Yes, he is a good 600 gold ahead of everybody else. And Ninja got
Almost the boots.
only a quarter of a level in the mid lane in the meantime. But
Your War is back, though.
that's true. Yeah,
The carry of Newbee will carry.
he's been doing really good in fantasy points so far. He's consistently one of the higher ones.
I mean, Newbee has also had extremely long games.
That's true.
They've had, I think, 2 or 3 Mega Creep comebacks
And a lot of wins too.
and a lot of wins. Yoar is also, I think, a really big part of their wins.
Yeah.
So he's the guy who's getting all the kills throughout the whole game. So
Nico changed his mind on his second bracer actually. He went back for face.
Ooh, a really early rotation by Nico Baby.
Does get spotted though.
Sun's just gonna walk away.
Race
Or is
King with Beastmaster pushes super fast, so I like this rotation.
Alright, he'll start on the
CCNC is
neutrals.
kind of gonna get prepped around though. They're smoked up with him and Pylite die. They might try to catch Nico Baby. He doesn't have a point in his ult. I think he's saving the skill point though. They find Yoar. They don't want to stun.
Highlight Eye mans up. Will he get a double stun? No,
Nice
it's just
stun.
one single stun on SD.
Bit unfortunate.
Yeah,
A little short tornado. Kind of a big overcommitment from Newbee, I think.
yeah. With that Invoker rotation, now Mineski kind of feels happy.
Yeah, only losing the SD there was huge. The instant stun that came on Pylite Eye was huge because he definitely would have targeted the core hero. I think it was Wraith King. And they would have done stun follow up, and he actually would have lost his ulti. I think.
The supports on this level are so high level. There's 2 heroes that are almost level 6, I think, already.
Yeah, Radiant side not so good. SD still level 3, almost level 4. Wind Ranger 4 3/4. So yeah, they're suffering a bit.
Yeah, but at the same time, their Tinker, his net worth is crazy. Close to bots, level 9 already. This guy, Febby, is gonna carry.
Yeah, he's gonna carry.
You think so?
Yeah, It's a really good Tinker game too.
Yeah.
He's just gotta have to watch out for Invoker Tornado. Otherwise, like all the other heroes, they're kind of one-dimensional walking carries. There's no ninjas, so
Ooh, the double march to make them think twice about getting the bounties.
I think the scariest thing for him this game is if this Leshrac ever gets a Shivas.
Ooh, good disrupt there by Ninja.
but there is no follow-up.
Hey man, the follow-up is that bounty run. What are you talking about?
Oh yeah.
But
It's,
if
2 for 2.
the Leshrac gets a Shivas, I think this game, and then he Shivas through a tree line and he hits the Tinker, that could be nice. But other than that, yeah, it's mostly Tornado and Invoker.
Would you-
catches him with Cold Snap.
Would you ever consider buying like a Blink Dagger on Leshrac if you're against a Tinker? That way you can just like hit the tree line where he's in and start interrupting his Blink with Shivas potentially.
You could. The one scary thing about it though is the hero is kind of squishy, so you need to build more items that give you tank. In this game, the Raking destroys him. The Tinker does a lot of damage. So if he's not going to be heavily graced. It's always going to be his Sven getting heavily graced in the fights for the most part. So he needs to make sure he probably gets a BKB this game. He probably gets a Shivas, maybe even a Bloodstone or Octarine. Once he gets these items, I could see him going like a late Blink, but I don't think it's going to be early.
Well, luckily he's being covered by Snaking here while he pressures the bot lane a bit. Looks like he's queuing up a Brace or 2 for a second base item. Boots of Travel finish now on Tinker, so we will see him start reaching his full potential here in terms of being around the map.
Sven though, getting a lot of
mid.
space. The one issue with Tinker is that if he's pushing these lanes out by himself and no one else is covering the area, that they get it kind of pushes in the farm, so the enemy carry also farms even faster than your carry. So as you can see, this Wraith King is kind of farming these jungle camps, maybe getting a lane or two, but this Sven is gonna be out farming for the time. He doesn't have a Midas on the Wraith King yet.
Yeah, he's a little bit farther behind where Sven is. Sven just finished his, I believe.
Yep.
Oh, turned that little eagle into gold.
That's the eagle is worth a lot of XP. I think it's
Is
worth
it?
100.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
So even early game, if a team scouts with the Hawk and then it gets killed by a sentry, it can give support half a level at the start of the game.
That's a good point actually.
So a lot of teams, what they'll do is, if they know the Beastmaster wants to block the small camp at every minute, they will commit a sentry to it, and then they'll commit their 5 to it, and then their 5 will actually get higher level than the enemy laners.
That's really cool actually. It's not something you think about very often. Just those Invis Hawks, you know?
Yeah. They're also very squishy now, I think, so.
Yeah, that's true. These poor little skelly mans. But, you know, they're going to be weak to, like, holy base damage anyways, so not surprising they get one shot here.
It's just Warcraft.
I mean, very easy. Basically any, like,
Any
Final Fantasy, that
RPG,
kind, yeah, anything
MMO.
RPG related, you know Purify is going to do bonus damage to undead. It's a damn fact.
Yeah. So by that fact, do you think that Newbee's going to win this game? Just because of the Omni versus Wraith King matchup? No?
It'll help, but it's not going to mean everything.
Alright, nice TP away. They saw all of Newbee because of the Hawk, but Hawk's going to get beat down.
Wow, do you see that gain in experience? It was incredible.
There was 4 heroes sharing XP.
Yeah.
Sometimes, getting a little XP matters just as much as getting a lot of XP. All experience is equal, Purge.
Yo, Moon is the Tinker Master, dude. Did you see that? That perfect timing? Oh, wow. Clearing his camps, too. Does the due
missed one creep.
diligence.
MSS looking for the Invoker, but it's long gone.
Yeah. Really wants those free grabs, because it'd be huge. Get Cold Snap plus CC rotation, that's a kill.
Yeah. There are 0 kills from Mineski, but oh wait. No, Snake
believe
King's
there's gonna
got
be
him
one
with the
kill.
Heavenly Grace? No, he doesn't.
This tower's going to go down for free. Wraith King just finished up his Midas, so.
They do see CCNC here.
Oh, no.
Ninja Boogie catches him with the disruption. Will he go down?
No, Heavenly.
Heavenly Grace is on cooldown for just a few seconds. It's up, but it's not enough.
Wow, it was really unfortunate timing for the Heavenly Grace both times. See, it was late casting it on the Ogre, just because I must have been on cooldown or something, and then because he cast on the Ogre trying to save him, he didn't have it ready to save CC, and all of a sudden 2 big deaths. That was cool.
a nice rotation by the Beastmaster. I think they all went to him. And we didn't also talk about this, but Beastmaster Tinker is a really classic combo. You have 2 different summon units that he can boot to travel to in the mid game.
That's a really good point.
So if you Hawk into the trees, you get vision. The Hawk's gonna have 2 parts for it. The Hawk will see the enemies for rockets and lasers, but it'll also give him this free TP into the trees where he doesn't have to waste blinks. He doesn't have to, TP on the creep wave and show where he is. It'll be kind of a secret.
Well, so far Snake King I think has been playing okay, but it's been a little bit hard for Newbee to stand up till some of this damage. I mean, Ogre's just going to be stupidly squishy, pretty much mostly. Maybe not stupidly, but squishy for most of the game. Tinker's already got his Blink Dagger.
Isn't Ogre supposed to be the 5 that is really tanky?
He is, but look at his items. He's got a Stout Shield and a Magic Stick. That's it.
What happened when we were talking 5 minutes ago about how crazy Stout Shield Ogre is?
It's great at level 1. You know that. But when you don't transition your items, if your net worth's 1,000, then yeah, it's not going to be the
Do
same.
you think he should go Vanguard to tank out?
I mean, if he gets the money, it would be amazing for him to have 6 items, yes. But I just don't think he's going to get there. He's got sentries to buy.
You know, Pele Dai is most famous for being a really farm 5 in a lot of these games. It's uncommon to see him die, so I think...
Oh, totally. I agree with that.
Rockets flying out, but nothing's gonna happen.
How'd you guys feel about Sven items? He's going S and Y. It's not a very common item these days. Generally, there's just better DPS items. Wow, they caught Quinn again. Normally better like Echo Saber, right? But do you think he's just going status resistance? Is that the thought here?
He has double status resistance with Omni Knight, so nothing's gonna be able to stun him this game. He's gonna have, I think it's like 60%, 64% status resistance. He gets rewarded last half a second, and then he keeps walking at you. I think the other big thing is that it gives you base movement speed. So when adding it to his Bloodlust, which is a percentage, his movement speed goes through the roof. How did I find? Dust, or smoke.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Phase boots? No? You don't want to use your phase? Okay. Okay, now he's got the phase going.
Nice tornado from MSS. You should go well played.
That was one of the funniest roars I've seen in a long time, dude. Because he just stood there and like, it was like one of those ones where you're trying to taunt him, let your little summons kill him.
I think he could have smoked on the Ogre and lived. The
Yeah.
boars wouldn't break the smoke.
Is that worth it though? Probably not, right?
Newbee, I think Newbee smoked a lot, so it's probably their last smoke. This reminds me a lot of our game 4, Nico, Gunnar. Cause like CCNC has CCNC has a lot of job to do. There's so much lane push from Mineski side. Wraith King pushes, Tinker pushes, Beastmaster pushes. All these 3 heroes push without ever really being in danger. So, and like Sven, yeah, he clears fast, but he kind of just wants to sit in the triangle and just farm up ancients, right? So it's all on CCNC because Omni doesn't clear fast, Invoker doesn't push out waves, Ogre doesn't push out waves. So it's all CCNC, and it really shows. Like Newbee's just running around the map trying to deal with the split push, but they're slowly getting choked out.
Yeah, I think the other issue with this is that since he's the only one that has to push out lanes, his team has to move around him, and Mineski's free to rotate 2-3 heroes to kill him, or just ignore him and then push out the other sides of the map.
Yeah,
So
if you look at the minimap, Newbee's just playing in a very small area, while Mineski has like every map. He's farming everything. They're farming everything.
I think Newbee needs to accept the fact that they might die a couple times, and then just keep trying to push lanes out, and then make a quick smoke and get a pick off. So MSS is trying to like push his bot lane now with Meteor. He's kind of pushing it in. Leshrac tries to sit mid, but again, you know, one stun and a Tinker, and Leshrac's gone. I think that's the reason he bought Bracer, to try to help him against the Tinker magic damage.
Yeah, I mean, he's getting just rocketed 2 or 3 times just by showing up in a lane. Tinker's making it hard. He knows he can spend his mana a lot easier than they can get more health.
Alright, some smoke action from Newbee on bottom lane. Will they find the SD or the Beastmaster?
They want the Beastmaster, right?
Yeah, but
Ninja use Disruption.
Ninja Boogie is aware, and I think he's scouting.
Oh,
Will they
this is
bite
sick,
the
dude.
smoke? Will they bite the bait?
No.
They know, they know.
The smoke didn't break. Alright, now it does. Where will they?
Oh,
Found the wrong one again.
outplay from Ninja Boogie.
Still here, he's hiding.
KP though.
I think they want to play. I think they want to fight this one. In this case, heroes are all rotating over. There's a lot of marches
They
down.
found the Tinker. Oh, we got to blink off. MSS is
They're
going
fighting
down.
under the marches. It's looking pretty bad for Newbee. Highlight
I
eye
don't know, I
under
think
a
they
lot
can
of.
turn this on the Wraith King. He has no armor still. His the moon is really low on mana. Your war might have to turn.
Yeah, but Wraith King does have ulti. They're just running out.
Heavenly Grace is off cooldown. They're trying to take the first life. Oh, his God Strength just wore out.
And Tinker's out of mana, so the still fight went pretty good. It was really good of Newbee to go for the back lane, try to catch Tinker, but once he blinked to the left, he just got to do full Tinker things.
Yeah, but the problem is Newbee committed for that smoke, so they haven't been farming for the past minute or so. While Mineski's side, they've been farming up the whole map, and Tinker just travels over. So I think net worth-wise, Mineski got a huge lead.
And he went cast range this game with mana cost, mana loss reduction. So
I think those are the more standard talents of this patch. Some people have been going Spell Amp and the Gold GPM. I've seen it's like kind of you go with the pairs. But I like going the Aether Lens and the cast range. You can kind of play really far behind. Your lasers are safe to use. Your blink is really nice to use. It kind of makes the hero a lot easier to use.
Lower chance you get caught, basically, right?
Yeah.
'Cause you're always farther away from your enemies.
And then the 15 talent, it's kind of like worth a Kaya. So you can either buy it and Kaya, or you can just skip Kaya, and then you just have a free Kaya now.
We'll see what he goes for next. He's 1,000 gold past his Aether lens, so.
I wouldn't be surprised if he goes Kaya, but I think it's kind of more standard that he goes maybe a sheep here or an axe. Kind of these team fighty items rather than helping his own game.
Yeah, eggs used to always be the common item. You'd go Aether lens with Ags that your laser could bounce. So it's pretty annoying to play against at times, but yeah, we'll see. 1,800 gold now. He's farming quick, and they're perfect TP locations. No Tinker Ward either. They're going to go on the Leshrac. He gets Dispel, but now the ulti as well. Laser combos. Moon might be able to commit more on the back line. They're actually in already, hitting more than just the guy in the front. And Omni Knight drops as well. 3 kills for Mineski. Man, they're just rolling over Newbee right now.
You were right. This Tinker Febby. This guy's owning.
Yeah, he is owning too, but I don't know. I really Mineski's picks. I see it now. Beastmaster, Wraith King, Tinker. It just pushes so well and like so risk free.
I think they might get a Rax here. It's so hard for Newbee to fight.
Yeah.
Leshrac needs a BKB to stand in the front line, but BKBs against these like chip heroes like Tinker and even like a BKB Roar, you either commit your BKB early in the fight and they just walk away, or you get killed before you even get the chance to pop it.
So they take the tier 3. It's such an early Rax. 21 minutes into this. I mean, any quick tower like that is great because now they can destroy shrines, and then catching Tinker becomes even harder because you can't react to your allies' grabs as easily. A really good start for Mineski here.
These teams are important for them, right? For the upper bracket.
Oh yeah, for both teams, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it was what, Newbee is more points than Mineski. Am I wrong?
I believe they have 2
Or
more
it's the other
points.
way around? Okay.
Alright, so it's Newbee's first 5-man smoke with Sven's Blink Dagger. Will he get a good stun off?
Interestingly, I think they thought that Newbee was prepping for Roche, but now that they start hitting the shrine, Newbee realizes they're going to go straight for Roshan. So I think they're
really big.
trying to take a fight, but yeah, look at this. Nobody's here, and they're pinging now. They're like, oh shit,
Mineski's just gonna
they're
go
not
throw it.
here.
Go Rax, I mean.
Is this worth trading your range barracks for?
It's gonna be probably on Willy, I think.
They don't have glyphs, so they're gonna have to mass TP back, but I think the Rax might be dead by the time they get there. A nice Aegis on the Leshrac's gonna kind of save him from the next fight. As we said, he kind of gets bursted really fast, so if he's able to have 2 lives, the Roar might be on cooldown, and then they'll have the chance to fight another day.
Man, they were actually if they just killed these 2 boars, they defend that Rax, but they would have had to go out of position, I guess.
It would have been really scary for them. It doesn't really matter that much. 1 Rax at this point in the game kind of hurts you, but a lot of their heroes deal with creep waves. The Sven can deal with it, the Leshrac can deal with it.
And they got Aegis on Lesh, so he's the easier guy to focus for sure right now.
Yeah.
So he's changed his mind from Boots of Travel to now BKB, like we said. So
I think he's going to go Strength Talent too, just to try to make himself survivable enough.
he might go movement speed this game, just because of the boars are going to slow him. And he wants to be fast to like get on the Tinker and get on the Beastmaster early, and he has Heavenly Grace if he needs it. So he's kind of tanky-ish. I don't know if the Strength will save him that much.
Eggs now up on Tinker, which is just going to give him an overwhelming amount of damage. Bouncing Laser, Heat-Seeking Missile is going to hit 4 targets instead of 2, so now he can just sit back with this super far cast range and deal a lot of damage and wait for the right moment for his team to initiate, which kind of works out perfectly because basically everyone else on his team is initiator, and he's just like going to sit far in the back dealing damage. It's kind of cool how the lineup works here.
Dude, you know the game's hard when Yawar is watching MSS farm a lane.
Yeah, what is he buying? Spirit Vessel? Oh, he's trying to get
Axe.
Axe.
He wants to get Ags. He can control the Wraith King a lot better. His EMPs, tornadoes, cold snaps, all this stuff. Do a lot better.
Ooh, Yawar gets
Yawar
caught.
gets caught.
Raging Potato found the juicy one.
He is buyback.
There's like no way he survives there. Warcry does nothing against Moon's damage, so. Nico Baby cut in the next creep wave as well, so instantly that gets essentially pushed out all the way to the enemy tower, and now they're just going to maybe go high ground, pressure a little bit for 40 seconds, try to force buyback.
Mineski's playing so well around this Tinker and this Beastmaster. They're shoving in all the lanes with the Tinker. There's always...
They're going in.
Leshrac's going to get roared. He does have an Aegis. so he's
Only
gonna have a
Knight's
second
TP is
life.
4 seconds though.
Oh, is he going to die the first time? Oh, he doesn't even purify.
No heal, nothing.
But MSS goes down instantly on the back line. He has a buyback though, so they have to defend this Leshrac. He's going to get grazed, but purged up by him. He can't really walk away. He's so slow. He gets exploded. No buyback on the Leshrac. Yawar doesn't want to buy. He needs to live. Or he needs to wait till he respawns. Ogre is going to get gone on the back line. Nico Baby unstoppable with a double kill.
He doesn't have blink up too, he will die.
He does have reincarnation.
At least it's on cooldown for 120. This gives him a little bit of a chance on 30 seconds, but
Yeah,
on the
what's
back
Raging
line.
Potato
Potato.
doing there?
He's focus firing this building. He almost got it. It was very close.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Oh no. Noir, if he gets a good blink on the Tinker, they can maybe turn. Oh my god, this Tinker's and he has a blink dagger up in one, but Moon's just playing with them.
Is Moon a good Tinker, guys? It seems like a yes.
It's okay.
Asking for Tinker for like months, and finally he gets it and gets to show stuff here. Might be in trouble this time. Ice Wall not
He
perfect.
might actually go down here.
He's gonna get a blink off.
Oh my god,
Nice
CC
blink.
jumps in at the right time. He even had Edict going too. He did end up going Blink Dagger, which is a good choice. Tinker is the problem here, right? I mean, it's not the only one, but surely it's the big damage dealer.
Yeah, I think if they kill this Tinker, they can kind of kite the fight out with this Invoker. But when the Tinker's alive, there's no kiting rockets. There's no kiting laser.
Yeah.
You know, if you fight into him, you're going to fight in a March too. There's all these different things that he's going to provide to the fight that none of his other heroes are. It's important for them to die.
On the bright side, they only lost the range barracks to their mid set, other than the tier 3, and they did get that building damage, so, I mean,
Oh wait.
Mineski gets some stuff done, but not everything.
Yawar just blinked up aggressively. This might cost him his life here. Only nice running over to Heavenly Grace.
Nice grace on
There in
Noir's gonna
time.
save him.
Perfect timing for Snake King to show up. He's got Pipe as well. This is definitely the item they needed to rush considering the state of the game. It's going to block at least a missile and a bit more, so it'll help keep them alive, but...
Alright, so Alacrity has been used on the Sven for the first time this game, I believe.
Is it? Okay.
So,
I mean, MSS was just getting some damage levels, so...
yeah, so I'm looking forward to the next fight. This guy's going to be bloodlusted. He's going to be Heavenly Grace. He's going to be Alacrity. And
Yeah.
then he's going to get kited and died.
And then he's going to
But-
get Demonic Purge, and it's all going to get removed.
Yes. But there's a chance.
Okay. Well, let's see. They're going high ground now. There's a glyph on the creep wave. Snake King using Heavenly Grace to get his Midas off there. Oh, this looks so... There's so much stuff running them down. They initiate. Stunning the Light Strike. He's in trouble.
So low.
Very, very low. Guardian Angel comes out.
Nice
He blinks
blink.
away as well. So they're kind of buying some time here. Glyph as well. It's one way. Glyph everything, heal everything, refresh in your base, and then come back out to slow things down. But they've lost the tri-attack from the tower now.
I mean, what did Mineski lose with that push? They lost nothing. Newbee is now low. They've used some of their spells.
Tinker had to TP away. That was about it. It's Observer Ward on the high
He's back.
ground, spotting some of them.
They might not even think it's a ward.
Oh,
They
this
think it's
Hawk
a
is doing so much.
I think the tower's going to go down. There's nothing Newbee can do.
It definitely looks like it. Solar Crest the board, dude. Who's got the bonus board damage? Maybe. No, he doesn't.
Is that even worth it? What about his Wraith King?
Dealing some damage here. Omni Knight a little bit in trouble. Gets the 4 staff back thanks to MSS. No Ags in sight just yet, but there's some damage on Nico. This could cost him his ulti, but
Nice
nope.
stun on the board from last TI, but it doesn't even go down this time.
It's just a classic, dude. CNC in trouble. He can't Yules himself. Gets Heavenly Grace. There's the pipe as well to buy him some time. He should be okay here. Yep, it runs out now, so now he can defend himself.
Oh, Yawar, nice double stun.
Oh,
He's
this is so
actually
good.
not-
Oh
The
no,
roar.
but the Beastmaster roar.
Snake
Frozen
King just
in
running
place.
in to try to slow people.
They
Oh,
need
the
these
cleave.
kills. They get them. 2 down. The lasers
laser.
are bouncing though. Snake King trying to save his own
Oh
life, but the
my
lasers
God.
are just killing everybody.
Said no BKB.
Maybe CC&C can pick up the Tinker on the back line here. We'll see. No disruption. He's got 10 more mana to go, and he can save him, but it's not enough. Moon finally does go down.
But the
Yawar's
rocket-
also going to die. And
CNC buyback?
they end up about even. I mean, he's going to have to, right? If he doesn't get back in here, the game is over. Stun that Hawk. Prevent the vision. Here comes Tinker. Maybe kill the ward. Are the courier? No, they can't
Newbee's
yet.
got this.
Pylai die. Got his boots of speed, but it's not enough to stay alive, and that is probably going to be just about the end of the game. Top racks will fall, mana racks will fall, and GG is called. 28-minute win. Dominating performance by Moon. He farmed extremely fast. Almost never got caught, and his team just like set up and backed him up. That was like really, really clean Mineski play.
They played around the Tinker, like you know, Febby said. He said, Moon's a good Tinker. Moon will carry this game.
I think it was more about Newbee not having wave push. Sven Leshak is their only wave push, and Sven's just sitting in the tri-camp, not blaming it. He wants to just farm engines, you know. I think it was a lack of wave push, and it kind of showed in the first 10 to 15 minutes.
So what do you think what they're lacking was? Was it because they opened Ogre and then they switched him to a support, and the hero they replaced him with was an Omni Knight? Neither is that amazing at counter lane push.
It was like too much all-in on Sven, and it got heavily countered by SD ulti. Like there's a lot of control for Sven, and yet they they still picked him and they made their draft around Sven with the Bloodlust, Alacrity, Heavenly Grace. So yeah, I don't think it was worth the investment.
I think the Omni pick was a little greedy. Because again, like you said, that's all in the Sven, right? With the Omni pick. Gives you no lane push, gives you no map control. He sits behind the Sven, he's going to press Grace on him, and the Sven's going to walk in and they get purged. And then now 2 heroes are useless. Your Ogre's useless too because he's a 5. Your Invoker kind of did something in the lane. His laning was okay. I think his early game was fine, but past the lane he did absolutely nothing.
Yeah, he needs the wave pushed out so he can like, ghost walk and scout
Yep.
and kill people, but the lanes were never pushed, so there was no kill potential.
That makes it hard. Well, that's game 1 of Mineski versus Newbee. So in terms of updated standings on that, let me just pull them up really quick. That should put Mineski up to 8 points. So now they're going to be tied with Newbee, which means that if Mineski can take one more win here, that could gamble and hurt Newbee's ability to get upper bracket. It's super important that they get at least one win here, and Mineski's just got to be happy they got at least one as well, because they're going to be in time contention and help separate themselves from the lower bracket pack. If you get upper bracket at TI, you are guaranteed that you don't go out in the first round, so your prize money jumps massively. So this is a huge match coming up in just a second, guys. Don't go anywhere. Hey guys, what's up? Newbee versus Mineski game number 2 here. Very big match again. These guys are tied up in terms of wins. Let
Yeah.
me pull my phone out again. I think they both
They're
have
both
8
at 8
points,
points.
right?
So
It's very determinate towards whether they stay high or upper bracket or whether they go lower bracket. So that'll be a big deal. So 8 and 8 for them. Alliance TNC at 7. So get 9 and you are pretty set. I think you almost guarantee upper bracket, if not guarantee upper bracket. I think some of the 7s could also get a 2-0, but I think some of them, they might be playing each other. I'm not sure.
I believe in the TNC Liquid Series, TNC is also winning that game.
Okay, gotcha.
The game 1 at least. So
We need a team behind us to tell us all these numbers, but unfortunately we are busy watching the game. So let's hop into the draft. It was a really quick match last game, but very dominant in a fun way. So it was like they kind of almost held on. So it's still like it wasn't they like fought back a little bit. It wasn't just like a one-sided defeat, I guess.
I mean, I don't know. Do you call that fighting?
Yes, because it wasn't just like chain feeding. It was more like they
I-
tried to do some stuff, but it was like they got put down.
Yeah, I think it was just an outpick. Newbie couldn't do anything after 10 minutes. They just got heavily outpushed.
Yeah.
So you just gotta call it an outdraft and move on.
The real question is: this Beastmaster a respect ban? Is this Tinker a respect ban? Do you think Newbie's gonna try to draft around, playing around this Beastmaster draft?
I don't know. I remember playing against Mineski, and I just remember their Beastmaster KP was a beast on it. So gotta ban the beast.
Still in the pool.
What's hard about it to play against?
Uh,
Like, how does it? Because I know it's very easy to watch top down. You can see both teams, and like, you don't really know what it feels like to be in the game where you don't see the players ever showing on lane, that kind of a thing. So what's it like to play against it?
for me, when I was playing against it, I felt all my lanes are pushing in, and I need to go out. But if I go out alone, like you kind of normally try to do, you're gonna get roared, and he can kill you solo even if he's having a good game. So this one hero kind of controls your whole jungle unless you try to kill him. And even when you try to kill him and you smoke gank him, he's gonna have creeps that are blocking your smoke. You know, you get scouted by a hawk or a boar. If your smoke pops on him, he just walks away. He's really fast. So it's kind of like you feel your map constricting on you unless you're able to like make a move, kill him really quick, get control of your jungle, and don't let him walk back in.
It fits like KP's personality too. He wants to like play solo. He wants to push out waves. That's how he plays Dota, and Beastmaster is perfect for that. Every time you wanna like catch the Beastmaster, the Hawk's there to see you smoke, or the Hawk's around so like he can just get out safely. So yeah, I think I think it's just a player thing. Beastmaster is not that like a meta offlane, but KP is just amazing with it.
Well, still could end up picking it later on. Doesn't end up squeaking it through in the first phase. Wraith King Shadow Demon is their opening again. Is that the same as last? It was, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah, it really did kind of feel good in so many ways, right? Like SD just has such a good balance of offensive and defensive potential right now. Like, obviously he doesn't have a stun, but his ultimate is so useful when coordinated at the right moments. Like counters Yule's scepters, makes your hero like Leshrac really straightforward to kill. Disrupting allies if your opponents ever do go on you. It covers so many bases. You can get shadow poison kills. I watched a DUI this morning, just get tons of solo kills on like cores and stuff with shadow poison. It's just insane how much potential the hero has right now.
They also drafted really well against the Wraith King. Like we said, the Beastmaster with Wraith King, the ores on the skeletons, they pushed really fast. I think the Tinker kind of went with the like Shadow Demon and the Beastmaster more so than the Wraith King. The Shadow Demon can protect him and like catch heroes, give some vision with the poison, but more the Beastmaster, I think. So if they get this Beastmaster, I would still be scared for a Tinker later.
They do respect the Beastmaster though. Newbie banned it
So
right away.
So that's a hard decision Mineski had to make. They thought it was more important to have Wraith King than to go for Beastmaster, which is kind of cool, right? Because Wraith King is there aren't a lot of hard carries, I feel like, that wreck towers. Leshrac, maybe you could argue in some ways, can do it, but how many other carries can just hit like level 5 and just go to the offlane and like blow up a tower with skeletons? You know?
Risk free too. Like the main hero doesn't have to be in the tower range.
That's exactly how he did it on the top tier 1. He
Yeah.
let the skeletons hit, and he was sitting like 600 units away. They could probably still see that he was there, but he's like, I'm not getting close to this tower. So I guess they think that's more important than what the beast can offer.
I wonder if Mineski feels good about the Windrunner. I think last game it was okay versus the Invoker. I think that was like the biggest thing.
The laning advantage, right? Because
so
then they can't kill him.
they would cold snap him, and then he would windrun, and then this cold snap would be on cooldown. His Evoker used a lot of his mana pool, and he's supposed to pressure with his cold snap tornado. And even if you cold snap then tornado, just to purge the windrun, you've used like 2 spells, and cold snap's running out now, so you can't catch him. So
The relationship between position 3 and position 4 is very important, and Beastmaster does not scare. It's like kind of linear in damage, and Windranger kind of scary. So I think that's one of the main reasons why they picked Windranger too. I wanna like put an emphasis on the how Mineski always picks Wraith King and bans Ember Naga. I think they think that for the right reasons too. They think that those two heroes counter Wraith King heavily.
They
Just
really
scares
do,
better.
right? Like Naga especially. Get a bunch of illusions, lowers armor by 8, he's instantly dying. It like completely destroys, makes his ultimate useless basically, and disable.
Yeah.
And then like Ember, far more mobile, can prevent Wraith King from moving. It's just it really makes the hero a lot more limited.
It's like those heroes that outfights him, and it's very good on wave pushing. So I think that's what I want to emphasize. The wave pushing. It's all about wave pushing. I've been playing with Mushi for a few, like the earlier DPC season, and I heard like and I know he's the coach of Mineski, and he puts a lot of emphasis on wave push. That's how Mineski won I think last major in like last year.
Hmm.
They won one major last year, and that's how they won it too. So yeah, that is definitely the right way to play Dota too. It's all about waves, pushing waves.
Well, this is a response to the Wraith King that was used heavily in the Chinese qualifier, regional
Mhm.
qualifier. Tidehunter versus Wraith King, put him in the matchup advantage, lowers armor by 4 with Gush, just destroy him in lane.
Yeah.
It takes away his ability to leverage his health.
Yeah, and throughout the game, Thailander just one gush, all his babies are dead.
One Gush anchor smash, yeah.
So, Invoker. Has Mineski played for Invoker? I don't think, right?
He has,
He has this
Yeah,
tournament?
yeah. I've
Okay.
seen his replays.
So was it good? Do you think
Yeah,
that's
it was good.
about the level of like MSS and Yaps or Invoker?
Raging Potato is he used to play core too, so I think he's like more comfortable on these like position fours that transition nicely into position threes, like a core-ish position four. It's like basically a Yapser, so he's very comfortable on these like mid heroes.
The EMP is really good this game already. Tidehunter Axe. Two strength cores don't have a lot of mana, so I think
And Tornado alone against Axe is godly.
Yeah.
So you don't need a Yules, you always have Tornado ready, so if he ever calls anybody, you can just save him.
I wonder like if it's gonna be a position 4X or position 4 Tide, cause one of them like there's only
That's
one
true.
off lanes, right? So I'm wondering like what it is.
it's probably gonna be the Axe. I think because of the Tide versus Wraith King matchup, like we talked about. And the Axe already, like you said, he has counters, right? Shadow Demon, Invoker, Wraith King has 2 lives. So since the Axe is already countered, they're probably just gonna move it to support.
Yeah, I was wondering why they picked Axe after they saw the Shadow Demon pick, cause you basically don't wanna play against saves when you're playing Axe, so maybe that explains a lot. If it's put to a position 4.
I haven't felt very confident with teams that do these like role change with their heroes though. Like where they open their draft and they're like, well, I guess I'll have to put that in a 4 now or something. Feels like it doesn't work very well right now against like the top teams.
A lot of the top teams, what they do is they pick the hero, and you already know what role it is in your draft. So
Yeah.
unless Newbee went in this draft and they said this Axe will be a 4, and they have the plan for the Axe, I think it's gonna be bad. But if it's or if it's gonna be good for them if they
Mhm.
know what the role is Axe. But if it was like you said, this Axe is gonna be, it was originally supposed to be a 3 and now it's a 4. They're gonna have to change the roles around. Maybe like last game, right?
Mhm.
They picked the Ogre. They think, oh, it's gonna be a good Ogre game because it's our bread and butter. A little Snaking's been playing Ogre a lot. They pick, some Shadow Demon heroes, all these heroes that counter Ogre. They move it to a 5, and it didn't really work out last game. So I hope it wasn't the same thing that happened this game.
Maybe part of the benefit of like an X4 here, because I'm thinking about that early Wraith King rotation that they did last game, putting him in off lane, pressuring the tower. Both Axe and Tidehunter can deal with that very well, and the fact that it isn't necessarily just one hero that's capable could give them more tactical advantages around the 10-minute mark. Would you guys agree with that? Is that like help offset it, or is that just like is that push like not so important that it's worth being
The
able
push
to
is
consider
important. The issue is since he's a support, he can't just die to the
If-
Wraith
if
King
there's,
plus
like,
1.
it? +1, yeah.
Yeah. So I think Newbie moved 3 heroes for that push. It was like Beastmaster, Wraith King, and Shadow Demon. I think they moved all 3 of those heroes for the push. So if the same heroes are there, this Axe still dies. I think he's gonna have 800 HP, kind of low armor. Only during call he's gonna be tanky. The skeletons will still kill him.
I think it's Tide's job to mirror that
Yeah.
push. Tide definitely wants to be where Mineski puts numbers on.
So right now, this Axe's role in the game is a little questionable for me. Especially after the Storm pick. It's like they don't have much damage. They have Storm's gonna initiate. He can kind of kill supports, but his damage on this Wraith King, this Death Prophet, if they get fat, and he's not super farmed, is gonna be kind of low. Tide doesn't have a crazy amount of damage unless he's really far ahead.
Oh, it's a really good anti-mage game, I think, for Newbee if Mineski doesn't
it
ban
is.
it.
Yeah, it's a really good game. What about the Shadow Demon? I guess you can just dodge the disruption.
Yeah, I mean before his third skill got changed, I think Shadow Demon was one of the better counters against AM, but now like he can there's an animation for Shadow Demon's disruption and you can kind of like anticipate for to through the reaction speed with the anti-mage, so I think it's pretty good mid late game.
Yeah, it's decent against Invoker. Burns all Wraith King's mana.
It's especially good against DP. I think
Yeah.
DP is an all-around hero for mid, except its weakness is AM, and AM's pretty good against Wraith King DP, so Wraith King too. So I think yeah, why not? Yawar plays a really great anti-mage. I know like he came back Mega Cruise with it, so he has like he's got confidence on that hero.
All right, so Mineski bans AM. What do you think Newbie should take? Do you think PL could be in the question?
I think
PL's
PL
kind of
is
a bad
too
hero, right?
slow. Tide's slow, Storm's slow, PL is slow, so
They do ban AM.
I
I
think
mean,
you ban
AM
AM.
AM's slow too though. That's why I'm.
I think I think it was worth it.
Pick
though.
Omni Knight. That's most likely their 5, I think.
I think it's
three.
their
It's a three. It's a
yeah,
three. Omni.
KP loves Omni Knight.
Yeah. So right now, Newbie's gonna look for a carry that's gonna match this Omni Knight. I think. Is
If-
Morph banned? No, I think Morph is a pretty good pick this game.
It feels like Newbie has no gank heroes at all. It's like just Axe and
And
maybe
Storm.
Storm.
What are your thoughts on Morphling?
Yeah, Wolfling looks okay.
I think it'll lane well against the Omni Knight. He can turn into Omni Knight in the mid game, give himself Heavenly Grace, turn back to Morph
Or Storm too.
or Storm.
Ooh, Alchemist.
Ooh, the Wraith King counter.
Oh,
Eat them skeletons.
so
Ooh,
this
I
hero
didn't think about this.
is a little. I've been kind of forgetting about it recently because the first day or two, I think, of the tournament, everyone was first picking or first banning it.
Then what happened? Did it stop winning as much?
I think maybe some teams figure out how to play against it by trying to pick some. A lot of teams would like Axe, right? And then this Axe would go from offlane into the jungle where the stack for the Alchemist.
Steel
He
stacks.
takes the
and
stacks. This
gank
Alch
him.
is now going to be poor, or the Alchemist is poor. This Axe is fat, and then the game kind of snowballs out of control at that point. AA has also been picked a lot by
Yep.
teams like Newbee. That's a really hard counter to Alchemist. A lot of his new builds, you don't go the health talent. You're not going like Octarine to tank up. Your most tanky items can be like a BKB, right?
Mhm.
Heart is okay, but people aren't really picking it up on the hero. So this AA blast really, crushes the hero in the mid game.
I think it's a really good Alchemist game though.
Yeah.
They have two tours to reset the fight for Newbee, Axe Core and Warlock Ulti every time they go on the Alchemist or the Tide.
Even the Ravage, yeah.
Yeah, and there's not a lot of damage for Mineski's side. It's just maybe the Raging Potatoes Spirit Vessel later on can be annoying coupled with Raze King stun, but yeah, there's a lot of reset tours for Newbee, so I think it's not gonna be enough. The control is not gonna be enough.
Also like that Elk is going to be able to be one of the ganking initiating heroes too. Like you just do this standard build, go blink after Radiance or something like that, and he can actually initiate for his team to set up.
Yep.
That way it doesn't have to be like Tide Ravages or Warlock.
The issue I see with this game is if he goes that Blink build and the Omni or the Shadow Demon is close, like let's say he jumps his Death Prophet, right? He wants to kill her at the start of the fight for ult.
Yeah, I think how Newbee wants to fight is let the Mineski side go on them first and then counter initiate.
I think Yawar's going to want to like farm really heavily this game. And I think he might skip Blink until like a second or third item.
Yeah.
And then let this Storm, this Tide, this Axe, this Warlock kind of group as 4. I think their 4-man is much stronger than Mineski's even like 5-man. Up until probably level 15 on the Wraith King and Death Prophet. And the Omni, I think is when they're going to start feeling a lot stronger than Newbee. So I think if they can buy up until level 15 for this Alchemist, he gets his 15 talent of 50 damage, he gets his AC, he gets his Radiance. I think that's when Newbee's going to try to turn up the speed.
There are a lot of initiators from Newbee side. Ninja Boogie has to be on point with his positioning for this game.
No Baby Invoker.
I'll help my weak and puny
I don't know if I want to
allies
watch
where I
Mineski
can.
anymore.
Oh,
Are you a fan of Baby Invoker, guys?
He's a child. Okay. It's
No?
not a baby.
The child invoker.
Kid
Ba-
Invoker.
baby
Kid
is like-
Invoker.
It's like a potato. You can, I don't know,
Alright,
roll it
so-
over easily.
Yeah,
It's
so are you a
child.
fan of Kid Invoker then?
I actually haven't even played with it yet, but it looks fine. Yeah, I like
I like it in game.
I like the orbs.
The
They're cool.
animations of it look cool. Have you seen his like somersaults and stuff?
Only a little. Yeah, they do seem
Those are cool.
interesting. So my question is, what does MSS do other than battle hunger?
Battle Hunger.
Harassed.
Look how much damage he's done.
Yeah, and it costs him almost no
And
mana.
there's a gush too.
That's true.
So they're gonna go. Maybe if they gush and battle hunger, this kill would be a lot easier. But you know they're gonna beat some.
It's gonna punch people, dude.
And this is looking real awkward right now.
Does it?
Not gonna lie. I mean, they kind of like hit him 2 times, but you know.
Yeah, but look how zoned they are right now.
Look how zoned Yawar is.
Okay, but this is actually a crazy strong 3 heroes, right?
Yeah.
Damage-wise. These 2 bounty runes are theirs, guaranteed.
Yeah.
And they got an elk. That's not all bad, right?
I think
Are they?
Mineski might get this bounty rune. There's a lot of stacks on snaking. They have to back up.
They're fighting for it, though. I think
Oh
MS.
no, MS is gonna
okay.
die.
They're gonna take a lot of damage here.
Okay, never mind. They didn't get the bounties. Okay. They got one, though. They tried. Just the fact that he got, like, the 2 poisons on, like, 3 heroes was super
Yeah,
valuable.
they were kind of standing too close. They should have tried to split more up and down rather than left and right. Doesn't really help.
Yeah, I think they were too early too for the bounty runes. They could have like backed up and then came near as the bounty rune was spawning.
Mid lane should be an even matchup. I think Storm is slightly favored, but it's not uncommon to see even Death Prophet get a kill in the Storm, or the vice versa. I think once Storm is 6 is when the Death Prophet starts to get under pressure. I think the scariest lane is going to be top lane though. This Axe Tide, maybe if they do stuff, you know. Bot, I think it's just going to be a trade of farm. This Alchemist and this Omni can't do anything, with, especially with the Warlock there. Everyone's just chilling. And Evoker, like, what's happening? But top, I think, is interesting to see if this Axe is going to pull the wave back, give a Tide some levels, or they're going to sit in the lane, they're going to try to the Gush and the Battle Hunger. So I think the biggest plays are going to be around top if we want to watch early in this game.
Yeah, SD is going to be very vulnerable if he stands at the side like this.
He's only got 3 tangles left here. MSS just runs him down. He's got stout shield advantage. He's got really high base regen, plus 2 extra sets of regen. Yeah, it should be. And then snaking can do very well in the 1v1 as well, right? So maybe this is a really good lane for Newbee.
He's also really fast on the Axe whenever he battle hungers the Shadow Demon, because it slows and buffs his movement speed.
Yeah, and he just got buffed to movement speed, right? He's 308, which is actually ridiculously good for support right now.
Look at this, he's just chasing him down.
Another battle hunger here. There's another tangle gone, basically. Unless
Nice
he
hero.
steals the last tip, but
And the Axeless Axe. That hasn't been picked a lot this tournament. The Axeless Axe.
the cosmetic has not been picked often.
Yes.
No. Fist of Axe Unleashed.
Yeah. Did you know the lore about that?
I did not.
He lost his axe in a river.
That's it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he woke up and he was really sad he didn't have an axe and he went a little crazy. That's why he has like
Oh,
the crazy hair.
I see.
But luckily for him, he is a good Axeless Axe now.
That's true. He's got the tools.
He's got the Fists of Fury.
Oh, man.
You are having some CS troubles down here in the bot lane.
Under the tower, man. Oh, I hate these moments, dude, where I'm like, I really want this last hit, and they just start slapping me, and I'm
This is
like,
when you Acid Spray, yeah, nice. Good job by UR. He's got the double bracer queued up. So on Wraith King, I was questioning this build a little, because you want the Midas, right? Midas is what
Yep.
starts to accelerate your farm. But then here, like Alchemist, being tanky and just hitting creeps is what accelerates your farm. You don't need this Midas. The biggest item is Radiance. And even when you have Radiance, you're a little squishy. So having these 2 bracers helps your Radiance timing be a lot stronger, and it only slows it down by 30, 40 seconds depending on stacks.
do you like this Orb of Venom that Omni brought out here?
Yeah,
So-
I
so big
think
item.
since he's able to just smack this Alchemist, it's really nice. Look how much damage he's chopping him.
Yeah, and he's got Degen Or too, so we're 22% slow here on Yuara when he wants to chase him. And he's barely taken any damage himself, actually, so this is offsetting with just his regen.
Yeah. Bot should start with more levels. I think it'll go a little better for the Alchemist once he has more points in Fatal or Shadow Word on the Wraith King or the Warlock.
We're taking some pretty good damage here.
Invoker,
He's got the regen. But
yeah, he's some quals. Do they go 2 points in quals for the lane at the start?
Yes.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised because the regen goes up to
It
3.
triples,
It's
right?
like
Yes.
insane. Oh, instant dispel. Very cool
I didn't
combo.
think about that. Yeah.
You are probably maybe
He will go
dead.
He's a
down.
mango.
He's
Yeah,
got
he's
the
got a
mango,
mango.
yeah.
Heal up and first blood. For
Wow, I
TP.
didn't think about that. The
And-
dispel of the Shadow Word.
It was huge there. Alchemist actually lives if the Shadow
Yeah.
Word doesn't get dispelled because he would have gotten an extra like 180 HP from this heal. So very cool solution to the Warlock being
Very
picked.
cool.
They just like know instantly that okay, we're gonna win our lane or we're gonna do better at least. Help offset what the Warlock does. I'm gonna start picking that.
Support Invoker.
Yeah, I gotta get back. I was only ever good at Quaswex anyway, so this is my time, dude.
Exor Invoker is the way to go, man.
Not for me.
Sunstrikes? You're
That
not
ain't-
good at Sunstrikes?
That ain't me. No.
No?
No.
So it's all about the map awareness, Purge. You gotta
Yeah,
just
that's
click
literally
click the heroes, be like, wow, this guy's gonna be low.
that's literally the thing I'm worst at in the whole game. So yeah, I think Quaswex is my move.
Doesn't that mean that it's good for you to improve on it?
No.
Spam
Nope.
Invoker. And
Definitely not.
alright, so Raging Potato walks towards mid. He looks at CCNC. He decides that this is not the kill for me, and then
More importantly, he
Turns
places
back
a
the
very
ball.
good ward down
yes.
for the Alchemist farm.
Did it block the camp?
They did.
I think so.
Yep.
Yeah. 5-minute bounty runes. How many can the Alchemist get?
I mean,
one or
it's gonna be a tornado here, surely.
Yeah.
One.
3 dire ones. Yikes.
Dude, Alchemist, I don't know about you guys, but as a core, I forget about bounties like a little. You know, just like a little. Maybe remember like 10, 15 seconds before.
I think it's because you're a mid player. Like
Yeah.
If you're a styling player,
Maybe you
think
don't.
about it, yeah.
But whenever I'm Alk, every 4 minutes, at the 4-minute mark,
You
I
wanna
say
scream
bounties.
bounty runes.
I scream bounties, you know? That's the one time runes are really important to me because it's what, 2.5 times the amount of gold?
Yeah.
So getting
scales.
4 bounties, that's worth sure. So 3.5 max level.
Yeah. It's a lot of money, especially late game, man. If you get those like quad sets of bounties, you're like,
Yeah.
oh, I just got 1,200 gold. That's pretty cool for doing nothing. 2 battle hunger levels here.
Oh, an early rotation by Moon here.
Nemesis is gonna go down. He has no way after the stun.
It's a
Just
lot of
nice little
stacks. Fifth one.
Ninja
It's not even
Boogie
needed.
saves the poison for the last hit. Once his boots, he's a 5.
So how do you know when the right time is as a mid like this to do these rotations? Like there wasn't a major rune spawn. It was kind of just like he felt comfortable. He knew that he could get there in time. Because I always find it difficult to do when I'm playing mid to know when to leave the lane for games like that.
If you push in the lane and your hero jungle's kind of slow, and you notice the enemy's like pushed onto your side of the map. So the axe was near his bounty rune.
Uh-huh.
So the rotation's a lot quicker for him to make it there.
Gotcha. So it was
So-
like it was a mix of like he didn't have that much to do anyways, and he was pushed up, and they were pushed up. So
At worst, he's gonna miss like 2 creeps there. If
Gotcha.
the move fails, and if the move succeeds, he's gonna get a kill.
very strong axe here, getting some good spins in, but
KP took no damage.
he has the thing, you know.
That was a necessary rotation, I think. To
This is gonna be really big. But the move pops
Oh.
Exorcism. A nice tornado is gonna catch 2. CCC. Oh, kills
Does get
KP.
him.
He's
he
really
does
low
have
mana.
no mana though.
They might try to dive him, but it might be a little difficult if they want to commit that far. So CCNC is probably gonna be able to walk this off.
Oh yeah, they
But the
didn't
tower
get his
will not
mana.
walk it off.
All it's got to do is uproot, dude. It's very close. All right, it's gonna die. I like the jumps that he made though. The jump here and then the jump at this weird angle. That way they had to like chase all the way around.
Yeah.
That was a good way to escape. Whereas normally it's just like, oh, I burned all my mana, now I get run down. But big kills. Yeah, that was the Omni Knight going down.
He went Gloves of Haste.
He did
He didn't
pre-boots.
die though.
Oh, are you saying speed wise?
Yeah. I was thinking like if he died and he pressed his quick buy, I believe the order is Gloves of Haste, then Boots, then Belt of Strength.
Or
So
boots first?
is it Boots? Isn't it Boots first? It might be Boots first actually.
I think it's boots first. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. So that's
It's
a
a
little
choice.
surprising. I might let him farm faster than if he went Boots first, or it could be a misclick. In a high pressure game, a lot of these mistakes are going to happen.
I mean, attack speed does give him so much more damage potential, especially in a moment like this.
I think he could have tried to go for that if there's a nice rune there. The DD rune spawn top
Yeah.
instead of bot.
That
Rune
would've
actually
been
would have went down. But Raging Potato going to scout it instead and then steal it from his mid. So he hits for 58 more damage? Yeah, 58 more damage.
Good
He
for him.
rotates top with this DD.
If he makes a play, I will congratulate him.
Yeah, it's against the Tide. I don't think anything's gonna happen here, right? MSS though is coming over. So gonna be a
Notice here as
huge
well.
fight. Highlight ITPs, but he's only level 4. What's he gonna do? Oh, the Ravish.
On 4, but there's no more follow-up.
Was that worth it?
It would have
No.
been great if Moon was not there. I think that was the difference maker. Because I was kind of feeling like a Ravage too, but as soon as Moon showed up and they had that extra nuke, that was where he gets mono. And I thought he would have done it a little bit earlier than that personally, but
I think he was Cold Snap. He might have tried to. But you got
Yeah.
Cold Snap, then Wraith King stunned,
that's correct.
and then
yeah.
he did it.
Yes, doesn't quite work out. 3 points in Wraith Fire Blast this game, actually really prioritizing the stun duration. And the cooldown, I guess.
They've nerfed the damage from it a
Yeah.
lot. It used to cost like 80 mana at all levels. There's a 2-second stun all levels. dealt a bunch of damage. The only thing, and I think it was 8-second cooldown, right?
Yep,
If I
that
didn't
used
see
to
that,
be
so
always, yeah.
it was this crazy spell. Now they've nerfed a lot, so
Yeah.
I can understand kind of wanting to level it up.
Yeah, Sun Duration, maybe when he's got an SD is more worth it. Let the SD do the damage, I guess. Perhaps.
The one thing is it does hurt his farming speed.
Yeah.
Once he abandons this lane, which he probably is going to think about in the next minute or two after the bounty runes, I think, he's going to feel a little worse that he's going to get 2 less skeletons than he normally would.
Revealed the ward here, but they're going to try to take a fight against Snake
Oh,
King in a
MSS
lot of
was
trouble.
blocked.
Oh, Moon just popped the ulti. It's go time for Mineski.
Oh, they caught Ninja Boogie.
It's a good double spin.
CCNC, nice jump away. They're going to try to fight the 10-minute bounty runes, but there's an exorcism that's going to last for a while. And Shrine's not up.
Oh,
Moon's
this is
gonna
actually
walk
so
in.
unfortunate because now he's got
Oh,
Exorcism
no.
here and Ymor gets... Look at these skeletons, dude. This is actually a lot of gold.
Oh, they're gonna get 4 bounties.
Oh, even worse, dude. I just assumed like, oh, well, they're invading there. Surely they'll get the bounties and peak bottom and KP gets it all.
I feel like Yawar's highest last hits, but his net worth is not even going to be that high. Okay. He's slightly above
It's
the Death
okay.
Prophet, but in a game like this where you're even with last hits, you want this AUK to be, 400, 500 above the next core.
Guess where Omni's going. I thought I was just going to run after him. I mean, he's doing
He's okay.
okay-ish, I think, considering how the lane went. He
It's
got
still a
overexploded.
3k gold lead for Mineski. I think that's mostly in part to the bounty runes. I think, Newbee's gotten 1, 2, I believe. I believe it was a 3-1, 3-1, then a 4-0. So the bounty rune situation is looking a little rough for them. But the
I like
carry
that.
situation is looking a little rough for Mineski.
They burned his ultimate as well. That was
Yeah.
actually a huge kill.
So Mineski is going for the Bracer. He's going the exact same build as last game. So again, I think his Midas is going to be a lot slower than if he went for like a 2-0-4 build, skipping Bracer on Nico. But
Should be the tower kill, tanking things up for the catapult, guarantees them the last hit. And
KP
takes
TP's
that.
top, going to try to defend this. I don't think they have the damage to kill him through base.
They can probably kill the tower though,
Yeah,
right?
the tower should go down. Not much rebutal. They're going to try to deny.
Oh, the catapult hit
Nice
Omni
deny by
Knight. Why the
KP.
hell did it do that? That was really weird.
They're going to try to go on him. He doesn't have Heavenly Grace for 5 seconds. He's going to miss the static remnant.
There's a lot of fatal bonds
Wow,
damage
that's
though.
enough.
Highlight eye, man. The damage, man. The fatal bonds with the static revenant was a cool little combo. It
on a
killed
creep
him
wave.
so fast. So, with that said, towers are missing on the newbie side of the map, but look at the network difference now. That was a 2k swing in the last, like, minute and a half.
Yeah, so this Alchemist has been farming basically the same suit as the Death Prophet, but I think it's the Storm has caught up a lot. He also he just hit level 10. He got the overload damage, so whenever he goes on someone, he's gonna hit for, I think it's 110,
Isn't that a more rare talent, 130? Yeah.
130.
I feel like I see people go mana regen. Is it just because he's not planning to get Bloodstone or something, or?
So some people have been. I've seen a lot of this, more so than ever before. Like right now, I've seen it be around 50-50.
Uh-huh.
And it's because of the early game. A lot of people are playing this hero as a Treads Kaya fight,
Okay.
not as the older patch where it'd be like
Treads Kaya
Treads
farm?
Kaya Bloodstone, Bloodstone Orchid farm.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe you gotta pick off on a support here or there, but for the most part of the game, you're chilling until you carry the game.
Trying
But
to
now
collapse you.
people understand he's not a carry. At the same time, MSS is gonna get gone on. He should be a free kill. EMP burns most of his mana. CCNC is gonna try to go on the Invoker, but
This does not look
KP's
good.
here for the Heavenly Grace. He should just jump out. They have limited stuns on the side of Mineski.
Newbee didn't want to fight that Tide. Arcanist just didn't react, just putting the side lanes.
KP just walking up. He doesn't care.
CC definitely wanted to fight that. I mean, he stayed a long time. He even got silenced in the trees, but he's like, maybe I can get a kill here. Really want it. I mean, his damage is huge right now. Really, 230 here per Remnant and 130 per Overload.
Yeah.
That's a lot. Elk killing top. He's going to get out now. 37, 50. Ooh, he's actually TPing right on top
This
of
was so
KP.
so nice. They just left. They don't know where he is. You know, these out games are the hardest for you. Every time your lane goes hard, and then the enemy is strong enough that they walk in your jungle with 4 heroes. You know the enemy carry is farming his jungle, so you can't go there. And every time you walk to a lane, you know everyone's walking towards you. So you have to show on a wave, and then TP out. Look at
TP
this.
the other side of the map. I mean, same thing that happened when the Omni Knight got his haste rune, right? He like comes to bully him. He's like, I'm just gonna TP away from you, make you chase me. It's one way to abuse it, I guess. As long as you don't die, then you don't have to teleport back to lane, and you still always have that opportunity, I suppose. Snake King finishing his Vlad's first, which will be pretty nice, I guess, considering the tankiness level of his team.
Yeah, it's going to give more armor to the Alchemist. He's really low armor right now. Mineski is mostly physical this game, with the race game, the Death Prophet.
Oh, he gets spotted. Ulti gives him some regen.
There's a shrine right next to him. I
Yeah.
don't think.
Yours.
Mineski wants to.
He's instantly like, I'm farming, dudes. I don't know what this is.
Look at how many sentries there are.
Oh,
Highlight
dude,
Eye.
Snake King brought a creep wave to him.
The true teammates.
This guy's a 3 player for sure. I would not do that. I would hit my creeps mid.
I mean, the faster that they get this Radiance, the things will change in a big way.
EXO is going to be used top of this tier 1. They don't want to mess around.
It feels like Moon and Mineski have got to be frustrated here. Like, they've been trying to get these kills in. Like, Newbee just doesn't seem phased at all. Because the faster he gets this stuff, like, he's going to have a Radiant. It's a little bit slow, of course, but they might be able to fight into him with Rad. Because they've got all these, like, they've got one single target saves, but they don't have, like, AoE damage saves.
They have a disruption as well. If there's a long stun on the Death Prophet, they can maybe get a concoction. They're going to disruption, try to save him a little, maybe gets a siphon off or
Moon's
two.
ulti is gonna run out though. He's gotta be careful here.
This is the 15-minute runes. Finally, Newbee gets a rune.
Your war bottom taking some damage.
CCNC doesn't get another rune though.
They wanna fight here for sure.
Good heals.
Aren't going to catch anyone.
The yours disengaged.
And what does Yawar do? He's already hitting the neutrals.
So, another 3 for 1 bounty rune for inside of Mineski. Newbee has now increased their bounty runes by 50%, going from
Highlight
2
to high.
bounties to 3 bounties.
He stole that little mud golem, dude. Did you say they got 2?
They got 1.
Oh.
They've doubled it from, or increased by 50%. They were at 2 and now they're at 3.
Oh, damn. That's good.
So Yawar should feel pretty good about himself right now. He's sitting comfortably at the top of the net worth. He's going to go for the BKB. I think that's okay. I think
like that.
AC is also really big for him this game. Wraith King likes buying AC, so it'll kind of counter the Wraith King AC in a way. And more so for himself. This Death Prophet I think is going to shred him.
Yeah.
Oh no, bot.
Death Prophet's going to do... Oh, God. That was a lot.
Look at his gold.
So much gold.
So the interaction between this Alchemist Wraith King and why Febby said it was a counter earlier.
That was me.
You said it?
Yeah, during the draft.
Sorry. No offense, man. Is that each time the skeletons die, they give the bonus gold. So since the skeleton dies twice, each skeleton gives you 64 bonus gold from his passive,
Oh,
in
he's
addition to 5.
Oh, his ulti just ran out too. This is the perfect timing if
His
they want to
team
get
is
a kill on him.
His team's actually close. The Tidehunter and the Axe are wrapping around along with the Warlock. They
They're
do have
really
Golem
far
and
away.
Ravage. They might try to do a nice little Golem play here. They see the Invoker. I think they're just going to walk up and call. Wraith King hides in the trees, doesn't want to get caught with his buddy.
That's not bad at all.
Yawar
Only
lives.
mistake is that Yawar was not back hitting neutrals in the meantime.
Mineski side.
Oh,
though.
they're still trying to fight into
There's
this?
a shrine.
DP does have ulti up in 3 seconds.
What's Mineski doing? They're going to try to fight the mech hits on Ninja Boogie, but he's going to go down instantly. There's an Exo popped on the left side of the fight. Nice Ravage.
good
catches
Ravage.
everyone of Mineski.
They cut
Death
Omni
Prophet's
is-
going to get focused. Omni's way too far to save his Moon. Moon's going to yield himself with a Spirit Siphon. It's going to catch on.
He's only got one
Alchemist.
heal?
Oh,
No, that's it.
instantly goes down. KP gets caught with the call as well. CCNC doesn't have the mana to chase Nico, baby, but Nico's going to get out scot-free.
That was huge. Like, he goes in to heal the Death Prophet. MSS gives him the call to prevent him from healing. They didn't even have the banish. They got an instant kill on the Invoker as well at the start of the fight. That was just, like, perfect for Newbee. Very confusing why Mineski still went in despite having a hero down. Were they trying to, like, catch Elk solo on the shrine or something? Maybe.
I think they were still hoping the ult was down, because they might have seen it like go down as he got gone on bot.
Would,
There was still
his ulti being down?
Yeah, his ulti I think was still down from the initial.
It's
But-
like the hidden pressure for Alchemist, right? They know like they want to do something while this Alchemist only has Radiance, so I think that's why they did it.
Yep.
But it was on a wrong part of the map. It was right next to the shrine.
I
So.
think they maybe could have thought about disengaging from the fight when the Shadow Demon got caught.
Yeah.
But the Death Prophet popped his ult, and once your Death Prophet pops ult, you have to go in. You have to commit. Otherwise, 2.5 minutes are wasted.
It was kind of unfortunate how they ran in, right? They both ran in here. Death Prophet was all the way on this side of the jungle, so like once the fight starts here, she can't just like run past them, right? So maybe she just felt
Yeah, and
Maybe
the
felt
Omni
like he had to
also,
fight.
he tried to walk towards the Death Prophet, and then he got Yules on the Death Prophet by himself to try to save himself, but that means that the Omni wasn't able to get any spells on him.
Yeah.
And then he got called, and then he got killed, and then Omni just kind of died in the start of the fight.
well. On the bright side, KP does have mech now, so they've got other ways to.
He did
to
mech
try to
during
keep
the
alive.
fight at the very start to try to save the Shadow Demon, but he ended up still getting bursted.
That actually feels the worst when you buy a mech and you try to save it on one guy, and then it makes your item actually so much less valuable. It's like a magic wand for your allies practically.
Yeah, the first 3 or 4 usages on the mech, you gotta make it count because as the later the game goes, mech's not gonna have a lot of value. So it feels really bad when you lose fights. Early
So
with the
Moon's going to have
mechs.
his ult again for the 20-minute bounties. I think this is going to be really big. Yawar just got his BKB finished, and it's also bounty runes for now. So Newbee's probably going to look up the smoke in the next 20-30 seconds. They don't have Golem or Ravage, so it's going gonna be a little iffy, but I think they can rally around the Yawar Alchemist to
It's
take
like-
a nice fight.
It looks like CCNC's still going Bloodstone after the Kaya.
I think it's still standard, but it's just a different playstyle, right? This Alchemist is the one farming jungle.
Gotcha.
So he's farming out lanes. You also push out lanes, I think, instantly with the Overload. Like
And
with the Kaya magic.
Whereas against like neutrals, you need to cast like 3 overloads
Yeah.
to clear it, right? So it's like you just have less mana needs and his clarities cover it.
Yeah, so he can push out side lanes faster, he can farm jungle faster, he can play a little faster on the map. If he ever catches a Shadow Demon, it's a lot with every single jump he's going to just deal. A little slow reaction by CCNC, not getting the quick pull, but he should catch him if he gets vision with the Static Remnant. He has no mana,
Too
actually.
low, yeah.
He's gonna have
Mineski
to
heroes
TP.
are coming over.
Nice TP. He realizes that he messed up, so he's going to TP out.
It actually felt okay though. They got a lot
Yeah,
of heroes to
5
rotate
heroes of
over.
Mineski rotate bot. Alchemist is now 13,000 net worth. He's probably halfway to his AC.
Do you see those invoker items, guys?
He did break it.
He broke the base.
Do you think he's going to rebuy it?
I mean, he should.
Oh, he found
Like,
it.
as
Oh,
we, well, that was
almost hits
a
the
good try.
call.
As we discussed, like 175 gold would give his whole team AoE armor from base. He would give him another 8 damage. It feels, unless he's going to turn a medallion or something, meteor hammer. Never know.
Drums.
Drum.
Necro
something
book?
Like
Necrobook with Alacrity.
that.
Low base
it's
attack time on
probably
the
not
melee?
bad. Yeah, it's probably not bad.
You cold snap. You can just get a little smackdown.
Mhm.
Ice wall.
Hopefully, there's no AoE skills used by the enemy team.
Doesn't it deal damage when it dies? In last will.
That's true.
Doesn't that feel good?
Sometimes, not always.
Sometimes it's also 100 gold, right?
Yeah, or more. Yeah, if you get both.
Oh, that casual EMP tornado on Tide must feel so bad.
I mean, he's got Soul Ring, but yeah, I would feel.
He also has Medallion
feel
and
sad.
Vlad's. He has 3 mana items.
He had full mana and now it's all gone.
He'll get it back.
Oh,
A
jumping in.
long jump, try to catch the Invoker, but they have no detection, so he's going to jump even farther to get the Shadow Demon on the bottom of the fight. You know, Raging Potato realizes your boy's dead. He's going to give it up.
The Skellies
Oh.
buy them a second. Oh, and
CCNC clicked the wrong one, which let MSS get the last hit.
the sentry goes down too,
Yeah.
which they happen to find an observer or two. So that was just a really nice snag in this moment. MSS snag in the creep wave now because he's very close to Blink Dagger, which is going to be very useful. And how do you guys feel about the support X so far? It looks pretty solid to me.
It was solid. I think the way they played around it was really nice. He's been running at heroes at the same time that they're getting gone on. He's always shown up, you know, not at the last second. He shows up in the first couple seconds of the fight, gets a call, makes the Storm live a little longer, makes the Alchemist, I think, bot live because of the calls.
Yeah.
And these calls are really good because BKB, it doesn't stop. Like, BKB doesn't stop it.
Raging Potatoes, Scout's out axe.
Buy your basey, dude. You can do it.
You can buy it right now for the cheap price of 175.
Okay.
MSS blind calls the tree line and then almost gets his TP cancelled, but is out. Still has the Blink Dagger money. Maybe he's deliberating on buying another item, but I think he just hasn't been to a side shop yet.
Mineski is kind of stuck on bottom lane now because Moon devoted his TP to bottom and they didn't get the pick off on X.
It's definitely problematic. SD respawning, TPing.
Yeah, and Arkham is gonna free farm top while
He
the
just finished his AC. He's AC BKB. I think this is kind of the go time for Newbee if they want to.
Well, on the bright side, Mineski just finished their Radiance on Wraith King. Obviously, it's slower, but
Yeah.
he's still
He did
farming
have a Midas
okay.
as well.
That's true.
So he has Midas Radiance. This is when the Wraith King is going to start accelerating his farm.
oh,
But
Archimist wants to fight this with
Yeah.
BKB.
And
he
AC,
should turn off his Radiance so they don't know.
he had BKB for a while now, but the
Yeah.
AC just
Radiance
finished.
is off.
Oh,
I think he might
yes,
just
yes.
farm the wave. There's a
Oh,
double skeleton there.
ones.
Oh no.
Oh, they catch the
At the top
Tide
of the
out
fight,
top
they're going to catch the Tide Hunter with the EMP combo. He has no mana. He has no
Ooh,
sword
good
either.
call.
Nice call on 2 cores. Snaking's going to have to walk away. Yawar's going to get a nice stun on the Wraith King.
He's
He's going
alive.
to get purged up by the Tornado. He might try to walk away or catch the Invoker. He still has a BKB on the Alchemist. His ult's running out. Nice Golem on 2 and then a Ravage on 2, but there's no
Kinda
fall.
stacked.
Oh, 3-man
Good
call by MSS.
Give him a sep.
Oh,
Somebody-
Yawar's going in.
MSS!
Moon
CC
gets
He
lead
still
up.
no
does
mana,
have
gonna
no
get cold
mana.
snap. He might get an ult off. Might jump. Oh, nice. Raging Potato is going to try to keep chasing him. His Tornado should be up soon, but MSS is going to try to catch him as well. On the right side of the fight, Tidehunter is still catching them. The Omni Knight has no grace. Oh, okay, he's out. He might stun himself in the Alchemist. He does.
Potato probably going to be able to escape. Snaking maybe try to chase down Ninja Boogie.
Yeah, no stuns.
Ravage him, hurry.
Refresher Orb.
Oh, they're actually going to get him in the mid lane.
Yeah, Invoker looks like he's down with the dust.
Oh, he got dusted out. I was wondering how they secured that kill, but okay.
A huge core by MSS
Yeah,
though.
3-man call.
The fight
MSS.
kind of looked bad because they stacked the stuns a little bit with Warlock and the Tidehunter Ravage, but MSS pulled it off.
Yeah, after those ultis, I felt like the fight was looking real weird for Newbee, but CCNC went back in to secure the kill. Really nicely done by Pile to drop the Shadow Word on Storm. That helped keep him alive. He got another wand charge off. It was a good fight, and I think the biggest thing that's actually hurting Mineski is because they didn't get any kills, they just didn't have Spirit Vessels. If they have Spirit Vessels in that fight, if he just runs to start the fight with like 2 Spirit Vessels, I feel like for sure they get 1 or 2 kills, at least. And that gives you more Spirit Vessels in the next kill. It's one of those snowball things.
It's all the Bassy purge.
Exactly. If he had
If
the
he
ring
has
of
the
Basilius.
Bassy, his team maybe doesn't die to this AC. This AC, it's 5 armor. And now it goes to 3 if he buys 175 gold.
You can counter it with literally a 500 gold item.
This Invoker would have 8 more damage, maybe 8 more damage kills a hero.
Yep, I agree with that completely.
Completely.
Barrier timing.
Are they gonna need a lot?
I think it looks like a 2-2, unless something happens on
Raging
bottom.
Storm
Storm
might
is
try to
definitely
yoink it.
trying.
Oh, nice.
Oh, CCNC.
So why do the bottle, or I guess he ball, ooh, they got a kill on SC. So did you do the ball landing just to like limit his opponent's chance of like cold snap or?
Yeah, if there's a
Tornado.
Shadow Demon disruption, you can't do it. You can't get tornadoed, you can't get silenced, blah blah blah. It's just invulnerability. So you're gonna try to catch Pilot Eye in the river, but Snake King's gonna be there, one shots all
giving
the
him some
skeletons.
space.
Pilot Eye though, he's gonna get a Fatal Bond before he dies. They take a little damage from the skeletons, and Snake King just walks it off.
He kills all the skeletons, so that's nice. A little bit of decreased farm level for Wraith King. That's you trade your Warlock for those, I think.
Dude, how Yoar's just chilling, man.
Is he?
Yeah, he's
He's-
got a blink now. He's gonna have a basher and 500 gold. Gonna sell his bracer. He's level 18 now. His level 20 talent is probably his weakest talent out of all of them.
It's really tough being Elk with his talents, dude.
So the cleave lets him scale harder, right? With the radiance, you have the ability to sell your radiance, and you still have wave clear with your cleave. The stun damage talent's kind of phased out right now. People don't buy Octarine on him, so your stun's a longer cooldown. You don't buy Solar Crest on your own hero, so you have some. I think you have 11 minus armor between your Acid Spray and AC.
Oh, with this ward, they
12.
catch out Moon bottom.
Oh, nice jump. He's gonna catch Moon. He's no one else by himself, so
MSS is
gonna
there.
get a nice call, maybe. Nice call. He's gonna go down, I think, during the call. Nothing he can do.
Dude, that was so sick what CC did. He basically did the full combo, and then he balled away to prevent either the silence or the Yules being used. And then he just reinitiates when the axe goes back in. That was really cool.
Yeah, he's using the invulnerability time really well. MVP to this ward though. That caught out Nana, Moon.
Noir takes down the middle lane tower.
You're talking about the sword? Yeah, the
Yeah.
sword really helped a lot. Oh.
Raging Potato. This guy's just invis all game. He's basically bounty hunter, but not trash.
That's true. He
Oh,
gets
he gets
spotted,
spotted
though.
out by the sentry, so they might try to catch something with Snake King.
Oh, newbie heroes are converging over to save him.
Was that too obvious?
Yeah, probably. Raging Potato also saw the word get dropped.
Yawar charges the stun. Will he find something?
No.
That's good
Stuns
solar
him,
crest
sir.
though.
Yep. Took 12 armor less worth of
Damn,
damage.
this is the richest Pilot Eye's ever been. He's got 1,300 gold.
He has 2,000 total gold.
He's got 1,300 gold. His surplus is 1,000. Just spend your money, dude.
He's 2,000 gold. That's half his net worth.
And he's like, nah, sentries.
That's like at this out just at 11,000 net worth chilling.
It's like Windlays? Nah, don't need it.
Cloak? Nah. Queuing up a
Bracer,
4-staff?
I don't, anything. Spend your money, man. Come on.
Buy phase boots so that the death buff does less damage to you.
Yeah, it could work.
Free Aegis, I think they might give it to the CCNC. Storm is like one of the best Aegis carriers in the game. At the same time, they're jumping blue and mid. They used Heavenly Grace already, and the BKB popped for them. CCNC has no BKB, so he's just going to jump out on the backlines. Shatter will get caught. Oh no, Nico Baby. MSS has no mana. Nico Baby's going to start smacking them down. The Golem's still ready for Newbee. And the Ravage. Snake King is just going to walk it off.
Newbie wants to disengage here. Storm has no mana. They're happy with forcing the DP ulti.
And the DP BKB.
They had a lot of fake stuns, too. Like pump stun, the Chaotic offering twice, almost a fake Ravage.
Yeah, it's like, don't come at me, boys.
Dude, I just love how quick they did that. It was like, as Roche ends, they waited like half a second. 2 heroes leave the pit, basically. Storm cleans up, gets the Aegis. And that allows their 2 initiators to jump in. Like, to basically say, hey guys, we're nearby, but we're already going on you. That was cool. It's really clean play.
Yeah, the lines are drawn by Yawar. He feels confident. No DP ulti. He's feeling strong. He's
I'm ready
coming.
for the cleave. Oh, he got the
It's
cleave.
going to be very good against the Skeletons.
Do you even need it? Don't they just die?
I mean, he might lose some last hits. He lost like a couple earlier, I think. Whereas like now if he sees Skeletons, it's like 2 hits and everything's gone.
Yeah. Almost Abyssal done. He steals a Bracer. Finally sells the Bracer. Waits 20 years before. CCNC mid. I think he's queuing up a BKB on the Storm Spirit. Oh, an Orchid.
Just aggressively pushing out the enemy creep wave. He doesn't give a shit, dude. He wants this creep, but it's
He's solar. He's hit so fast.
it's
Did
not
he go
bad.
the static remnant damage at 15?
He went health.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, they're trying to catch out the Invoker, but these
His dust,
spiders
he just
that
moved
start
out of
tangling.
backpack. Nice dust from CCNC. He's gonna catch on Raging Potato.
That's a
and-
kill. Yeah, he's got a
yeah, can't do anything. His
invoke,
tornado's
but
cooldown.
Fear's a good man. +1 Bloodstone charge.
could have like deafening blast or something,
Sure.
but it probably did.
Oh,
don't
look
think
at bottom though. Naru's just going ham.
Oh, this is a huge
A
kill.
solo kill on DP.
SD gets there too late, gets ultied, but he doesn't give a shit. He's got BKB if he needs it. He's
Yeah,
gonna
his
get
team's
stunned
coming
here.
over too.
They're gonna try to focus on KP. Heavenly Graces herself, but when there's so many stuns like this, it doesn't matter.
I mean, still a pretty
Oh, nice
decent
call,
duration. Great
too.
call.
KP's gonna go down. Nice.
He's got him.
Ult by
Warlock on the
KP,
back
but the
line.
calling blade takes him out. Nikobe's gonna have to BK. He gets
Oh,
first hit
the
bashed on the
bash.
TP. Yoar wasn't even BKB. He hasn't even used his BKB. They're gonna trace down Nikobe. Nice call's gonna catch him out.
God.
He's Mineski crumbling. Moon gets solo killed by Yawar.
Dude, does BKB even do anything anymore? Like, now that they're 4-position axes in this game, it feels so busted.
Moon just tipped Nico, baby.
Oh.
Oh, that's some drama right there.
Disband? Just
Well,
kidding, guys. We're still in the tournament. We got to focus on
if
this.
he was-
Yawar's hitting the tier 3. Nice tornado. Is going to try to dodge it on Yawar. Oh, blink Abyssal Blade. A Yule's on the Alchemist. Ninja Boogie should be free as silence. Yawar BKBs, but he does it too late, so he can't even throw the stun.
He's not stunned, though.
He did not get stunned, yes. So he's going to go back focus the racks. He's going to feel a little sad. No more Abyssal, no more BKB.
It'll come back.
Yeah.
20 more seconds.
Cooldowns are just a number, right,
That's
Perch?
true. Just like how if they're beating you, all you have to do is kill their hero, and
Yes.
then you're not losing by 18k anymore. Just kill Alchemist, and you're only down by 10k.
You're not even down by 10k. You're up
Oh, that's true. You're up.
10k.
You're right. You're other way around.
And
First axe. All right, who gets the first axe?
Has to be Warlock, right?
I think
Does it?
Storm's pretty cool too.
Is the Storm cool, though? You think CCNC can be a cool Storm?
What about axe, guys?
Could be good. Oh, okay. So
It's
Wraith
probably-
King, Wraith King makes skeletons,
Yeah.
and when you battle hunger all the skeletons, access 500 movement speed.
Okay. You mean 550?
550.
But oh, that's area of effect ability. I forgot about that. I was still thinking about the old one where you'd have to
No,
like
no.
Culling Blade to get it. What's the AoE? 400? That's pretty
It
good.
reduces.
That's like a
It's
big
an AOE battle hunger that reduces their damage by 30 or 40%,
30%, yeah.
Look
Which
at
is-
Yawar.
and
he
it also
wants-
slows them. The dust is going to catch on Raging Potato, but MSS
great
is
hide.
not going to juke in the trees. CCNC is going to get a Dewar. This guy
He's
feels
played-
so confident.
No kidding. He's got no mana, and he's like 500 units away from them. He's like, that's fine. Go ahead.
There's an Arcane Rune bot too for him. This guy is getting everything he
It's
wants.
the
and
dream
more.
run for Storm too.
All right, let's see who gives the axe to. This is the drama. Who is Yawar's favorite player on the team? That's CCNC.
I mean, it's a second Ravage.
It's a mini black hole.
And even like pulling them into melee range with Static Remnant and Overload hits, like you can do so much damage. Are you surprised he didn't go Vortex Talent over attack speed, considering
Maybe
was gonna
since he
get an
just got the axe, it's a little interesting. But attack speed is really nice on that hero. I think Yawar's just going to try to end the game right now.
I mean, certainly got the items for it, looking really good. -5 Gush Armor now and Tide as well. Tide Axe is excellent this game also, actually, considering all the minus armor they have.
Oh, they
Long jump.
Oh, he gets him! Jumps in, gets the pull, the damage coming through. He's got a Yule Scepter, he's got a BKB, but okay, pops BKB.
Ravage on 2 on the backlines. KP's going to get focused down.
instantly.
He's going to get his ult off. He does it because of the golem. Alchemist BKB popped. He's going to try to focus down Moon. Moon's BKB is running out. Oh, Yawar's just going to beat down Moon. Nemesis on the call. Double
Oh,
pull
the
of both the
mini
Raid
black
King and the
hole.
Death Prophet. Shouting is going to get caught on the top right by CCNC. Yawar's going to stay on the Raid King. Going to try to focus him down. MSS has another call, but he's going to get stunned before he gets it off.
I mean, this is basically just it for the
Oh,
fight.
a blink gets away from the
Oh.
Raid King.
Did he?
Yep.
Oh, he blinked low ground. Okay. I really thought that he was guaranteed dead. Thought Axe would be able to get him, but no, they couldn't deal the damage when his BKB was active. And
KP bought back at the start of the fight.
ooh, that's really rough too. I mean, that Ravage was actually ridiculous for snaking.
The Storm Spirit, he zipped as his Age Ascended.
Yeah, so he
So
was
he
full
lost no
mana.
mana. That was really well played by CCNC. He also had an Arcane Rune, so the zip cost no mana anyway. So he went out on Death Prophet, dealt 1,000 damage nuke, lost 0 mana for it. Really, really well timed by him.
Yeah,
That's cool.
Newbee's awareness is through the roof. They realized that DP TP top, so they knew that he was stuck there. His TP was on cooldown, so they just ran at DP and voila, the fight just cracked open.
War, is he queuing up another Ags?
Dude,
Wait,
this-
they're going on mid.
I don't think Nico's in that much trouble.
This is the richest pilot he's ever been, dude. He's got an item complete.
He's an item. Congratulations.
They're
step.
going.
Nice jump on the
CCNC
shadow.
jump on the storm.
Snaking gonna follow up. Ninja Boogie goes down. So
He was like mid lane or some shit, dude. It's like, no, you are not allowed to D-ward. I will be there and I will kill you.
So he did go BKB over the Orchid,
Okay.
like I thought he would. Maybe because of the Ags. Now he wants to just commit in with the Ags pull. No mana on the
The
Alchemist for a
damage
stun,
is insane.
Wow.
but the bash.
Oh my
He might
god.
just BKB and try to focus him down at the start of the fight. Nice call from MSS, gonna catch on the Wraith King. Yawar still has his BKB. Oh my god.
Oh, pull on the back lane, getting them so they can't save Nico Baby, but Nico Baby with the Yules in the air.
He's gonna BKB on Nico even.
Still
Mineski's gonna
good.
back, but you know, Newbee just used a BKB.
Newbee, they're,
CCNC has a BKB. They don't have Ravager Golem, but they're coming off cooldown.
they're playing the alliance strat. Don't kill the racks, just go for the throne after killing tier 3s.
The Megas will lose you. So Newbee
Yawar
has
is shouting body rooms right now.
Yeah, Newbee has experience with Mega Creeps as well. They have come back against Mega Creeps. So there's someone on that team saying, if we get Mega Creep guys, do you want to be against a Mega Creeps comeback?
Yeah, they don't want that stat on their record.
Yeah. They want to be the team that beats Mega Creeps. They don't want to be the team that loses with Mega Creeps.
So it looks like Elk is going for a Satanic this game, which is kind of cool. Nope,
I like
changing
it.
up, going Heart instead.
I like it too.
Satanic was okay, but they don't have that much stun duration. I think
Yeah.
if they had more stuns, I'd be down with Satanic, but he doesn't. They just get a Heart.
So Heart's really cool because it increases your ult by 50%. So you get 50 more regen from having your ult popped. At this point in the game, he's gonna probably have an inflated number right now. But in the fights, he's gonna have 200 HP regen easily.
And he sold Blink to do this, which is, I think, completely fine. Because they're at a point in the game where they just have a huge gold advantage. So it's not like he needs to be able to initiate and pick people off without them doing anything.
CCNC's gonna jump death off the top. I think Grace is gonna make the stun last.
KP's
Really short time.
Yeah.
He's just pocketing him, right? Just babysitting him.
Almost an X on Moon, which will help a little bit for him keeping alive. But
He wants to save buyback, I think. Alchemist is gonna win the game.
the BAT, it's up.
That talent is why Alchemist is good at this point in the game. This is normally when he starts to fall off, but this talent means his damage goes through the roof. All his attack speed is worth a lot more. MS is going to blink on the Wraith King mid. Nico Baby's going to get follow-up stun by Yawar. Tornado EMP combo is going to burn most of his mana if he doesn't choose to pop his BKB. Nico Baby's going to go down for free. There's no ult on the Omni Knight. Nice call on the Wraith King.
Oh, good
a
Ravage.
big Ravage on all 5. Two-man pull on Wraith King and the Omni Knight. Buyback from Nico Baby. Invoker's also going down. Moon's going to pop his BKB, but he's not going to pop ult. He can't even fight this. MSS gets a call on the Shadow Demon. Shadow Demon's going to go down as well. Wraith King pops in with BKB. Tries to
Can't
focus
tell.
down everyone. Yawar, his ult has popped out. Moon's going to try to focus on everyone with Spirit Siphon. He's going to get caught as well. MSS gets another
Oh,
two-man
what
call.
the hell?
MSS.
And a
Oh.
follow-up by CCNC. He's gonna get everyone.
It's like they just can't see him ever. And MSS just walks in and gets a call every 10 seconds, dude.
Yeah,
Gets these
the-
like 3 seconds hard disables against BKB heroes.
They
they're-
try to save their BKBs for the fight. The second they BKB, he follows up again.
Dude, Snake King's Ravages this game though were so ridiculously good.
The